It's time now for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on FM 101.1 The River. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is sponsored by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Let's go to the ballpark with Phil Elson.
From Midland, Texas, Travelers Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to the First American Bank Ballpark in Midland, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Midland RockHounds in Game 4 of a 4-game series. Hi, and thanks for tuning into the broadcast. We are live tonight on FM 101.1 The River, as well as the Traveler website, www.travs.com, and you're listening to the Travs ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Well, 5 games to go here in the second half of the 2003 Texas League season, and the Travelers have picked a pretty bad time to lose 3 consecutive games, as the Travs losing yesterday to the Midland RockHounds 4-0, the second time the Travelers have been shut out over the 3 games here in Midland. Travelers collecting only 6 base hits yesterday. They actually out-hit Midland 6-5 as Bobby Jenks pitched a tremendous ball game, 7 shutout innings. We had a shutout game going into the 8th inning when Jenks got a little bit tired, allowed a couple of base runners. He was removed from the ball game. Brian Rogers had to issue an intentional walk after a couple of outs. Dusty Bergman came on in relief and ran the count full against Nick Swisher in that 8th inning. Swisher delivers a 2-run double down the third base line. Steve Jackson follows with a 2-run single to center field. That was the big difference, that the RockHounds were able to get a hit with men in scoring position, while the Travelers went 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and the Travs lose 4-0. Only the second time this season that the Travelers have lost a game in which Bobby Jenks started. Bobby also had his scoreless streak, the streak of innings pitched without allowing an earned run, stopped at 36 2/3 innings as Jenks took his second loss of the season, outpitched a little bit by Mike Ziegler, right-hander for the RockHounds, who allowed all 6 Traveler base hits in his 8 innings of work, picking up win number 11. Well, now the Travelers are not just the second-place team all by themselves. They're tied with the Wichita Wranglers, who defeated the Round Rock Express last night. So the Travelers find themselves tied with Wichita for second place, 3 games out of first behind the Tulsa Drillers. And Wichita actually has a better chance to get into the playoffs now than the Travs, because they will battle the Drillers in the final 4 games of the season, while the Travelers will be taking on the Frisco Rough Riders for a 4-game set starting tomorrow. Basically, it comes down to this. The Travelers need to win the last 5 games in order to get to the playoffs. There's all sorts of scenarios, but that is the easiest scenario. As long as the Travs do their part and win 5 consecutive games to end the season, they will have a shot to make the playoffs, but they're going to need some help from a couple other teams in the Texas League, as Round Rock needs to beat Wichita tonight, and the Travelers also will be counting on the San Antonio Missions to pick up a victory against the Tulsa Drillers. But the Travs also have to do their part in winning tonight, and we'll take a look at the starting lineups for Game 4 of this series as the Travs and the RockHounds finish up their season series right here on FM 101.1 The River.
Fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan, like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today, or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. Time to wear the knife, have the cape, and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Listen, the crack of the bat, the distant whine of a lawnmower, the sounds of summer. A season when you try to spend as much time outside and out of the kitchen as possible. And when Del Monte can-do recipes come in handy. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple, nutritious mealtime solutions using 3 steps or less that you can prepare in 20 minutes or less, and they're free. Sound good? Simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought and sold, taught and told. The boys how to keep the buddy lost and soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of Benito, I was off the toe. If you step up to the call for gold, and your actions all is told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the cool taste of Coca-Cola.
Welcome back to Midland and the First American Bank Ballpark. Phil Elson with you on the Travelers ITT Tech pregame show. ITT Tech is committed to helping you develop the skills and the knowledge where you can pursue opportunities in technological fields like computer electronics. And at ITT Tech, you can learn specialized techniques in a hands-on environment to help you reach your potential. You can get a hold of ITT Tech by dialing them up locally at 565-5550 or by going online to itttech.edu. Well, the Travs coming into this ball game tied with Wichita, as we've mentioned already, 36 wins, 29 losses, 3 games out behind the division-leading Tulsa Drillers, who come into today's game with 39 wins and 26 losses. Meanwhile, the RockHounds, the athletics affiliate, are already out of the pennant race, although they seriously would love to finish up their home schedule with a 4-game sweep against the Travelers. Midland tomorrow heads to El Paso as they finish up the season with a 4-game set in El Paso. RockHounds at 30 wins, 35 losses in the second half. They're in second place, 7 games out behind division-leading San Antonio. We'll have a look at the starting lineups right now. First for the hometown RockHounds. They're managed by Greg Sparks. The lineup looks like this. Full of left-handers once again. The first 6 batters will be hitting left-handed against the Travelers starter Mike Brunet. Freddie Bynum leads off. Bynum will be at second base tonight, a left-handed hitter. He's 3 for 12 over the series with 5 strikeouts. Steve Stanley batting second, another left-handed hitter. He's in left field. He was 0 for 12 in the series coming into today. Third hitter for the RockHounds, Mike Rouse, is their shortstop. .298 average and a team-leading 31 doubles. Dan Johnson, the all-star first baseman for the RockHounds, bats cleanup at first base. He's got 27 home runs and 112 RBIs to lead the Texas League. Another left-handed bat. Switch hitting Nick Swisher, yesterday's offensive hero with a 2-run double in the 8th inning. He'll be batting 5th. Swisher in center field. John Baker bats in the 6th spot, a left-handed hitting catcher. He is making his second appearance of the series, went 0 for 2 on Sunday. Adam Morrissey bats in the 7th spot. The first right-handed hitter in the lineup bats in the 7th spot for Midland. Morrissey plays third base. He's 3 for 8 in the series with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Matt Allegra hits 8th, another right-handed hitter. He is playing right field, 3 RBIs and a triple over this series. And J.T. Stotts rounds out the starting 9 for the RockHounds, a right-handed batter as the designated hitter makes his first appearance of this series. Arkansas Travelers lineup is the exact same lineup from the past 2 days. Kenny James leading off in center field. Kenny 2 for 12 in the series with an RBI and a run scored. Jake Weber batting second, his .307 batting average, currently tied with Tulsa's Andy Tracy for the league lead. Weber will be in left field. Jeff Mathis hitting in the 3-hole. He's behind the plate, 2 for 8 in the series with a double. Dallas McPherson is batting 4th once again, a left-handed batter as the designated hitter. Big problem for the Travs. They have not had McPherson at the plate in run-producing spots. He only had 1 at-bat with a runner on base in the series, though he is 4 for 10 against the RockHounds in the series, no RBIs. Batting 5th for the Travelers is first baseman Mike O'Keefe, a left-handed hitter, only 3 RBIs over the road trip. Junior Zamora batting 6th at third base. Junior has had a very poor series here in Midland. He has struck out 3 times in each of the past 2 games. He's 1 for 11 in the series. Nick Gorneau bats in the 7-hole. Gorneau in right field. Nick hitting the ball well, 4 for 10, including a triple last night. Brian Specht hitting in the 8th spot. Specht is switch hitting shortstop. He's 1 for 11 against the RockHounds in the series. And Casey Smith rounds out the starting 9. He'll be at second base. Casey is 2 for 11 in the series. The starting pitchers for tonight's game. Reigning Texas League Pitcher of the Week, Mike Brunet takes the mound for the Travelers. It's the second time Mike has been named the Texas League Pitcher of the Week. He was awarded that because of his 9-inning complete game shutout against the El Paso Diablos on the 22nd of August. That was the 3rd game of the series in El Paso, in which Brunet pitched his first career shutout, holding the Diablos to only 7 base hits, no walks, and he struck out 6 batters. Brunet's record, 6 wins, 8 losses, a .469 ERA, but he pitches very well on the road. This will be his 16th appearance away from Ray Winder Field. Brunet's record on the road this year, 5-2 and a .282 earned run average. Some good news there with Brunei taking the mound. And the Travs will be batting against Darvin Withers. Withers, 7-4 this season, a right-handed pitcher out of Aiken, South Carolina, and only 22 years old, and this is his first AA season. Withers, 559 earned run average and a 319 batting average against. Not pretty numbers. However, when he's taken the mound against the Travelers, the RockHounds have won. He's made 3 appearances against Arkansas. The Travs have hit him fairly well. Withers has a 5.74 ERA against the Travelers and a 3.19 batting average against Arkansas's hitters. And if you might remember, a couple weekends ago at Raywinder Field, Withers was the pitcher who twice got sick on the mound in one game. That was on a Friday night. He had to leave the game early in the second inning as a stomach ailment caused him to leave. And then he came back into a game on Sunday and got sick again on the mound. Hopefully Darvin's stomach is okay today, because it's not fun watching a pitcher get sick in between the lines. Hopefully if he does, it's going to happen in the dugout and not where we can see it. So Darvin Withers, the starting pitcher for the Midland RockHounds, and it's Mike Brunei for the Arkansas Travelers. There you have it, the starting lineups. We will come back after this break and check out yesterday's Texas League action on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. And that's right after this on FM 101.1 The River.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, you, the one driving.
My radio is really talking to me.
Listen, you like to eat, don't you?
Do I like to eat?
Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Yes, do you like to eat?
Well, of course I do.
Good. You're catching on. Look, do yourself a favor. Drive past that Fat Burger drive-thru you were just looking at. Go to the grocery store, walk directly to the packaged deli case. Pick up a package of Land of Frost luncheon meats. Get something your stomach will appreciate for a change.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, now you're listening. Believe me, it doesn't get any better than a mile-high sandwich made from the savory sliced luncheon meats from Land of Frost. Made right here in Arkansas. Honey smoked ham, oven roasted, or smoked turkey breast. Absolutely delicious. Hey, where are you going? I wasn't through talking.
You're talking. It's time for a Land of Frost lunch.
Find Land of Frost brand luncheon meats, including the premium brand 1-pound value pack and new delicious Dagwood brand at your local grocery store.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Welcome back to Midland and the Fab here on FM 101.1 The River. Phil Elson with you as we get through our ITT Technical Institute pregame show. We'll have a look at yesterday's Texas League action on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard now and see why the Travelers end up in a second-place tie with Wichita as the Wranglers defeated Round Rock last night 3-1. The only runs that the Wranglers got were on a 3-run homer by Marco Cunningham in the second inning. Cunningham's 5th home run of the season was enough for Eric Thompson, the Wranglers starting pitcher, a former RockHound, who moves his record to 10-0 since getting dropped by the Athletics and picked up by the Royals and sent to Wichita. Thompson held Round Rock to 3 base hits over 7 innings of shutout work. 6 strikeouts. Jorge Vasquez got to save his 20th of the season, and Wichita picks up that victory and ties Arkansas for second place, 3 games behind the Tulsa Drillers, who were 4-3 winners last night against the San Antonio Missions. The Missions carried a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th inning when Bobby Madrich allowed a pair of 2-run homers to Javier Colina and Jorge Piedra Colina, hitting his 6th home run over the last week. He's got 14 on the season. Piedra hit his 18th home run. And Tulsa winning 4-3. Winning pitcher Chris Boglovsky got his 10th victory of the season, allowed 8 hits and 3 walks over 2 runs in 7 innings. Justin Heisman allowed an unearned run in the 9th for his 26th save of the year. Madrich taking the loss. Struck out 10 batters in 7 2/3 innings. Those 2 home runs drop his record to 12-7. And over in El Paso, Matt Henry delivered a 3-hit shutout, leading the Diablos to a 6-0 flanking of the Frisco Rough Riders. Henry picked up his 5th win of the season, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts for his first complete game and first shutout with the Diablos this year. Victor Hall stole 3 bases and scored a run. He knocked in a pair of runs, as did Brian Barton and Sergio Santos. Santos used a couple of doubles for his 2 RBIs. And Francisco Kid from Frisco, Frankie Francisco, got the loss, dropping to 1-3 as the Diablos pick up that shutout victory. In the Texas League today, the Travelers and we will be keeping our eyes on the games in Tulsa and Wichita. The Drillers tonight taking on the San Antonio Missions in the final game of the series at Driller Stadium. Gustavo Martinez on the mound for the Missions with a 6-6 record. He'll take on Tulsa right-hander Mike DeFelice. DeFelice is 7-5. And in Wichita, Danny Tamayo coming off a complete game victory. He's 11-14 for the Wranglers. Round Rock sends Nick Roberts to the mound with a 2-8 record. The Rough Riders and the Diablos finished their series at Cohen Stadium tonight, and they did not announce their starting pitchers. Interesting piece of information here is that you've been following the Travelers this year. You know that they really started to turn it on in the middle of July. The team's ascent into the pennant race did not coincide with the arrival of Dallas McPherson, Irvin Santana, Nick Gorneau, and Jeff Mathis. It really just coincided with the team starting to score runs when they needed to score runs and not leaving so many men on base. Back on July 17th, the Travelers had lost 3 games in a row to the San Antonio Missions, and then picked up a victory in the final game of that series. Since July 17th, that's 38 games played. The Travelers are 26-12 over that time. Now here's the rub on this stat that I'm throwing out here. While the Travelers have lost 12 games since July 17th, 6 of those losses have come against this Midland RockHound ball club, which is the only team that the Travelers have had trouble with since July 17th against Round Rock, San Antonio, Tulsa, Wichita, El Paso, and Frisco. The Travs have combined to go 25-6 over that stretch, and they're 1-6 against the Midland RockHounds. We're not sending Christmas cards out here to Midland come December. That is for sure. Well, the starting lineups have been exchanged at home plate, and the RockHounds are getting introduced to the field, so we'll take our final break on the ITT Tech pregame show. We will return with the first pitch of your ball game, the Arkansas Travelers and the Midland RockHounds. That's after this on FM 101.1 The River.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shedspread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shedspread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Currently, there are more than 80,000 people on the National Organ Transplant waiting list, and more than 300 of them are from Arkansas. Every 16 minutes, another name is added to that list, and every 82 minutes, someone dies while waiting for a life-saving organ. When you're an organ donor, you're giving someone else a chance to live, which is truly the most precious gift. The Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency hopes you will step up to the plate and talk to your family about organ and tissue donation. For more information, call Aurora, 866-660-5433, or visit the website at aurora.org.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see us behind this window?
There's a mirror on the other side, genius.
Hey, chill out. What, are you nervous or something?
No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book.
What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
I'd like you to string me along. You say you're a dime, but that must be wrong. Tastes just like the original one. That's why I'm craving you, 'cause you're second to none. Diet Dr. Pepper, made a believer out of me. Diet Dr. Pepper, your great flavor is all of the proof I need. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Go your own own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
We're set for baseball here in the Permian Basin, Midland, Texas. Site of tonight's Arkansas Traveler Midland RockHound game, the final game of this season between the two teams. The RockHounds have won the season series already. They have won 10 of 15 games from the Travelers this year. And even worse, in the second half, they have taken 6 of 7 games. The Travelers desperately need a victory tonight to stay in the hunt for a second half East Division title in that trip to the playoffs. Without a win tonight, if the Travs lose and the Wichita Wranglers win, then you can pretty much kiss this thing goodbye. Also, if the Travelers lose and Tulsa wins, that'll make it a 4-game deficit with 4 games left while Tulsa plays Wichita. The term must-win game is thrown around quite easily in just about every sport, but this truly is a must-win game for the Arkansas Travelers. They could not get it done yesterday with their ace Bobby Jenks on the mound, and that certainly does not help when you can't get your best pitcher any run support. The Travelers are going to have to get some hitting on against Darvin Withers, a pitcher who has not had a very good season. Withers with an earned run average with the RockHounds at .559. He allows a batting average against of .319. Generally keeps the ball inside the park, 6 home runs over 22 starts, but a lot of base hits, 150 hits in 112 and 2/3 innings to go along with 33 walks and 67 strikeouts. Withers is 22 years old. He stands 6'2", 190 pounds. And he is a 35th round pick in the 1999 draft out of Spartanburg Methodist in South Carolina. He was a draft and follow and signed the following May. Over the course of his career, he has compiled a record of 20 wins and 15 losses. The RockHounds do score a lot of runs for him. Remember, they beat the Travelers 14-4 a couple Sundays ago at Raywinder Field when Withers came out of the bullpen to pick up that 7th win of the season. Kenny James stepping into the batter's box. This is Phil Elson with you on FM 101.1 The River, getting 136th game of the season, starting right now as Withers misses with his first pitch low and outside. Start time tonight is 7:07 here in the Permian Basin. Game time temperature 91 degrees with winds out of the south-southwest at 22 miles an hour, and that means coming right in from right field. James will take a strike on the second pitch, 1-1. Kenny standing in there left-handed. He's followed by Jake Weber and Jeff Mathis. Withers winds and the right-hander deal. Fastball outside, 2-1. Kenny, a .283 hitter. His average has dropped over the course of this series. He's 2 for 12 against the RockHounds. 2 home runs, 41 RBIs on the year for Kenny, as he looks to get on base to start the game, and he'll pop a pitch out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travelers in this series hitting a total .224 batting average. They've scored a grand total of 1 run against Midland starting pitchers, and they've worked at least 7 innings in each game. Withers will throw the 2-2 pitch right down the middle, and James takes strike 3. Couldn't have been a better pitch to hit if Withers had placed it on a tee. And Kenny walks back into the dugout, fooled on that fastball. So 1 away as Withers registers the strikeout, the 68th of his season. Last night, Mike Ziegler struck out a season-high 8 batters. Withers has never struck out more than 8 batters this season. Here's Jake Weber taking a pitch outside for a ball. Jake enters today's game hitting a Texas League best, .307, tied with Andy Green of Tulsa for the league-leading batting average. And the 1-0 pitch inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Jake's average bumped up a little bit by a couple singles yesterday. He's 4 for 13 in the series. There's a lot of room up the middle for the left-handed hitter to work with. And Jake will take a strike right down the middle, 2-1. A.J. Wendell calls the balls and strikes today. Ray Gregson, the umpire at third base, and Toshi Uchikawa at first. Wind up in the 2-1 from Withers. Jake pops it into the third base seat. Out of play, strike 2. Threat of rain all day here in Midland. In fact, there was some rain before the game started. Nothing too big, only a few drops here and there. The teams had already decided not to take batting practice today. And hopefully that works for the Travs. They've taken BP the past 3 games and have scored a grand total of 4 runs. Weber fouls the ball over towards the batter's circle, over towards the on-deck circle, where Jeff Mathis reached out to try to bring it in with his right hand. Still 2-2 on the Traveler left fielder Weber. 307 average, 5 homers, 66 RBIs. Swing and a high drive to right field, hit it well. That one's going back to the fence, and it's off the wall. Extra bases for Weber. Allegra bobbles the ball in right field, but Weber will dig into second and put on the brakes with a double. Probably a home run, if not hit into that 22-mile-an-hour wind. Even a line drive will get blown back a little bit. Weber's team leading 31st double of the season, and the Travelers have that man into scoring position for Jeff Mathis, and then Dallas McPherson to follow. Mathis, a couple of hits in the series and 8 at-bats. He sat out the opener on Sunday and had both base hits yesterday. Breaking pitch from Withers is called a strike. Mathis had led off the 6th inning yesterday with a double, his 10th since joining the team. And after Mike O'Keefe worked a walk, Junior Zamora was at the plate, and actually Dallas McPherson was at the plate. And Mathis was caught stealing at third base on a busted hit and run, in which O'Keefe didn't realize that a sign had been put on, and neither did Junior Zamora. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Mathis. 275 hitter, 1 homer, 12 RBIs. Looking to put the Travs ahead for the second time in the series. Arkansas had a 1-0 lead in the 2nd inning a couple of nights ago, but that lead was erased very quickly against Rich Fisher. Withers playing close attention to Jake Weber at second base. He'll be held on by the second baseman Freddie Bynum. Bynum now leaves him alone. Jake takes an extra 3 steps on the lead. And Mathis lines a single to right field. Weber's going to hold up at third base. He had to make sure the ball got through the infield. So now the Travelers have men at the corners with 1 away for Dallas McPherson. Exactly where the Travelers have been looking to get McPherson all series is a runner in scoring position. This will be his 2nd at-bat all series with a man on base, never mind a man in scoring position. Dallas has 4 hits in the series, all of them 2 nights ago. No RBI in this series after beating up on the El Paso Diablos with 3 extra base hits and 2 RBIs in the 4-game series. Ian McPherson even sat out 1 game, still knocked in 2 runs. Left-handed batter looking to put the Travs ahead. Infield will look to turn 2. And the pitch is chopped over the mound, could be 2. Bynum fields it, flips to shortstop, routes for 1 out. Relay to first, as that's an inning-ending double play. Oh, boy, the Travs had the RockHounds where they wanted him with their best hitter at the plate and men at the corners, but a 4-6-3 double play ends the scoring threat. And we get to the bottom of the 1st inning. The Travelers waste that chance, and here come the RockHounds up to the plate on FM 101.1 The River.
If you have a Shell or Texaco credit card, your life just got easier. Shell is now accepting the Texaco credit card, and Texaco is now accepting the Shell credit card. That's right, both cards work in both places. In fact, both credit cards are welcome at over 23,000 Shell and Texaco stations nationwide. With that, the likelihood of not finding a gas station when you need it just went down the storm drain. The same conveniences still apply to both. You can pay at the pump or fill up with a few groceries inside. And if you're short on cash, you can still use them in the nationwide network of Plus ATM machines.
Thanks to everyone at Stanley's Jewelers for getting their unforgettable favorites from FM 101.1, The River.
Its chance. You can apply by calling 888-98-SHELL or visit www.shellcreditcard.com. You can also apply for your Shell credit card at any Shell Superstop, your one-stop shop all across Arkansas.
The Business Trip by Super 8 Motels.
Somewhere between the last meeting and home, between 4 drive-thrus and the blob of ketchup on your favorite tie, between 60 dead bugs on your windshield, an empty window squirter, and a wiper blade gone awry. Somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Call 1-800-800-8000 or visit super8.com. All Super 8 motels are individually owned and operated.
Welcome back here to Midland in the First American Bank Ballpark. Already a little bit of a shock for the Arkansas Travelers as Dallas McPherson bounced into an inning-ending double play with men at the corners. And now even more of a shock as Mike Brunet does not come out of the dugout. So apparently Mike Brunet is not going to be making the start. Instead it is Scott Schneider taking the hill against the Midland RockHounds. Schneider was the starting pitcher a couple of Sundays ago in the 14-4 loss. Held the RockHounds scoreless until the 5th inning when he got a little bit tired. Mike Brunet had reported a little bit of shoulder stiffness, but nothing that he hadn't been dealing with the past few times out on the mound. And apparently that shoulder stiffness too much. It did not loosen it up in the bullpen before the game. So Schneider takes the mound, and a first pitch strike to Freddie Bynum, a left-handed batter, followed by Steve Stanley and Mike Rouse. Not a very good development for the Travelers, not because Schneider can pitch well, he can. The Travelers are going to be relying on the bullpen, and especially the way that Brunet had been pitching recently. You could have counted on Mike Brunet for a pretty good start here in good pitching condition. The 1-1 to Bynum, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Schneider takes the hill. Scott makes his 3rd start of the season. It is an emergency start, exactly what he had to do a couple Sundays ago, and he had an emergency start as Irvin Santana could not pitch. 1-2 to Bynum, a slider low and inside, 2-2. Well, Brunet last night had mentioned that his shoulder had been stiff, but he expected it to loosen up in the bullpen as Bynum hits a grounder to shortstop. Ryan Speck is there to field it. Guns across and just got Bynum by half a step for the first out. Now Steve Stanley on deck and then Mike Rouse. So apparently I had seen Brunet warming up in the bullpen. He just was unable to loosen that shoulder. Now, that's too bad, especially the way Mike had been pitching recently. With the 9-inning complete game shutout at El Paso 5 nights ago. Well, Schneider can probably get the Travs through 4 innings, but after the 4th, if he starts to show some signs of tiring in the 5th inning, he's got to get yanked. A strike to Stanley down the middle. The Travelers do have a full complement of relievers with Mark Kroon back with the team. Well, they should be able to get through this ball game, but that'll tire the bullpen for the series against Frisco as Schneider got a fastball by Stanley. Stanley hitless in 12 at-bats over the series, though he did help the RockHounds bring a couple runs across last night in the 8th with a sacrifice bunt. One of the few sacrifice bunts hit by the RockHounds this year. Left-handed batter, and Stanley takes inside 1-2. Schneider, 8 wins, 4 losses. The 8 wins tops on the team. 443 earned run average. This is 32nd appearance of the season, 3rd in the starting rotation, and Stanley will hit a 2-strike base hit up the middle. 1-2 off-speed pitch that Schneider left right down the middle of the plate, and Stanley reaches base safely for the first time in the series. Now Mike Rouse coming to the plate with no score in the bottom of the 1st inning. Rouse, a .298 hitter with 3 homers and 50 runs batted in. He had started this series a bit over 300. He's gone 2 for 12 against the Travelers. His only extra base hit, a triple. Another left-handed hitter. Stanley, good speed at first. He's got an above-average lead. O'Keefe will hold him on, and Schneider shows him attention by tossing to first base. Hopefully Mike Brunet will be able to pitch at some point in the series against Frisco, although, to be quite honest, he was not scheduled to make a start in Frisco. He may be able to come out of the pen. Grounder up the middle, diving play by Speck. He flips to the second baseman, Smith, for a force out at second base. What a beautiful play by Brian Speck. A short base hit off the bat of Rouse. Hit it hard up the middle, but Speck positioned well, got a good break on the ball. Dove for it about 5 feet behind second base, and then from his belly, he flipped to Casey Smith for the force out on Stanley. Beautiful play by Brian Speck. We'll put a star next to his name in the scorebook for that one. And the fielder's choice is the second out of the inning, and here's Dan Johnson. The ever-dangerous Dan Johnson has been held fairly well in check over the series, and Schneider gets a strike over the plate. Johnson 2 for 10 in the series against the Travelers, though he did lead the RockHounds to a 7-4 win a couple nights ago by scoring 3 runs. And there's only 2 hits in the series that game. And here's a high fly ball to left center field. Drifting back towards the warning track, Kenny James has room at the fence to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So Scott Schneider comes out at an emergency start, gets out of the first inning unscathed, leaving a man on base. And we'll go into the second inning here at the First American Bank Ballpark, and we have no score on FM 101.1 The River.
The 2004 transport trucks are rolling into Quatney Chevrolet, and prices are rolling down on all remaining 03 models. 2003 Suburbans up to $10,000 off. The rugged Chevy Avalanche as low as $24,000. 03 Silverado extended cabs as low as $14,500. Quatney has the low prices other dealerships won't match. Plus, big rebates and 0% financing available. Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We'll be there. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
Miller Lite.
Unforgettable favorites on FM 101.1.
Hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Quick 3-Bean Salad. Simply combine a can of Del Monte cut green beans, a can of Del Monte wax beans, a can of kidney beans, and a quarter cup of chopped red onion. Toss it together with some Italian oil and vinegar salad dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
The sun has made its first appearance of the day here in Midland. We've had overcast skies pretty much all day long, and that sweet smell of summer storms coming in through the Permian Basin. You can just smell that here in the press box, even with the window down. Got to keep the window down in the broadcast booth with the 26-mile-an-hour gusts coming straight in from the outfield. Probably blow around all these papers in the booth. I hate doing a ball game without feeling like I'm outside, but it just doesn't work with this wind. Mike O'Keefe leading off the second inning. He'll take a pitch for a ball outside. O'Keefe batting 5th in the order. He'd be followed by Junior Zamora and Nick Gorno as the Travs look to break a scoreless tie in the second. Withers misses low and outside to the left-handed batting O'Keefe. 2 balls, no strikes. Mike 2 for 9 in the series. That has dropped his average just a bit to 263. 10 homers, 71 RBIs to lead the team as he takes a ball. Again, 3-0. But Mike is without an RBI in this series and only 3 RBIs on the road trip. All of them came in the extra inning victory against El Paso last week. And a strike down the middle as Mike taking all the way. Withers looking to work quickly, delivers a 3-1, and O'Keefe lines it up the middle for a base hit. Back into center field, the second baseman Freddie Bynum about 1.5 feet away to get to that ball, but he could not bring it in. And O'Keefe, a leadoff single, his 3rd hit of the series. And that'll bring up Junior Zamora, who has looked very lost at the plate recently. Junior, who cracked the ball in the series against El Paso, 6 for 20 with 3 doubles and a triple, 4 RBIs. Junior has only reached base once in the series. Right-handed hitter, and his one time making it on base was his first at-bat on Sunday. A double into the left field gap. Since then, Junior has gone hitless in 10 consecutive at-bats with 6 strikeouts. And a lot of those at-bats are points where even if he just put the ball in play, the Travs would have scored a run. And the first pitch he'll take high for a ball. The pitch that Junior's had the most trouble with in this series is the pitch he's had trouble with for virtually his entire career, curveball. Zamora stating he is having trouble seeing the ball. Well, I guess you can't see, but you can't hit, or the other way around. Withers checking on O'Keefe with another throw to first base. Mike getting back in, standing up. No score on the top of the second inning as we finish our series in Midland. RockHounds tomorrow morning will take a bus trip to El Paso as they finish against the Diablos. Zamora, hard line drive to third base, caught by Morrissey on one knee. And O'Keefe got back to first base safely. Oh, even when Zamora hits the ball hard, can't find his way on base. It looks like a very frustrated individual as he walks back into the third base dugout. Morrissey didn't even have to move to make that catch. It was hit right to him. A good piece of hitting by Junior. He really stroked that ball. Hopefully he can do the same thing later on. Here's Nick Gourneau, who's been hitting well in the series, 4 for 10 with a triple. That was yesterday. Right-handed hitter, swings and misses at a slow curveball from Withers, strike one. Gourneau hitting .363, 2 homers, 17 RBIs in his 24-game stint with the Travelers. He has proven that he can make that adjustment from single-A to double-A, and I think that'll certainly continue to propel him higher than the status he has in the organization. He's a real prospect now. Gourneau fouls a pitch off, trying to check back a swing on a fastball, but the ball found the bat anyway and went behind the plate. Now, other players that have been sent to the Travelers recently, Gourneau, the lowest round selection, picked in the 20th round out of UMass. Meanwhile, Dallas McPherson with a second-round pick. Jeff Mathis, a first-round pick. 0-2 to Gourneau. Ground ball to second, could be 2. Fine into shortstop. Rouse one out. Relay to first. Rack him up. The second double play to end an inning as the Travs go scoreless once again. 4-6-3 ends the second. We go to the bottom of the second in Midland. No score on FM 101.1 The River.
Looking for the perfect snack to go along with the game? Pick up America's #1 food craving and hit a home run with your family. With more than 300 varieties of cheese made right here in America, there are endless ways to cave to the crave. Stop by your local grocer for ideas on how to create mouth-watering appetizers that the entire family is going to love. Cheese is the perfect snack to accompany any game, and you'll be a winner with your family. The power of cheese. The Isle of Capri and Lula has your Isle 1 Players Club card. Earn comps, points, and mail offers. Receive cash back on the same day. Plus Isle miles for fabulous merchandise and Carnival cruises. New Isle players who join the new Isle 1 Players Club and earn 10 points or 1 hour of rated table play in one gaming day will win from $1,000 to $5,000 instantly. All part of the Isle $1 million giveaway. Come in and sign up. Earn 10 points or 1 hour of table play and scratch it off. Winning? That easy. It all happens with Isle 1. The best club, the most rewards, only at the Isle of Capri Casino in Lula. No purchase necessary. Full details at the Isle 1 booth.
Is it time to revamp your office? Well, get in on the best-kept secret in Arkansas. Southern Office Services, located in the River Market, is the #1 source for new pre-owned and retro office furniture. Over 20,000 square feet of desks, chairs, files, panel systems, and much, much more. You'll be amazed at the savings found at Southern Office Services, where service is an art in itself. Located in the heart of the River Market at 608 President Clinton Avenue. Southern Office Services.
Welcome back to Midland at the First American Bank Ballpark. Phil Elson with you on the river. James Garner back at the studios on Shackelford Street. We're scoreless in the bottom of the second inning. The Travelers have had a man on base in each inning so far, but in double play has also ended each inning. And Scott Schneider back on the hill here in the second inning. He'll face the 5, 6, and 7 slots in the RockHound lineup. Nick Swisher to lead off. Switch hitter, Swisher up to the plate. Last year's first-round pick, or one of the first-round picks for the Athletics. And if I remember correctly, they had 7 first-round picks. And he'll take a strike down the middle, 0-1. Swisher picked 16th overall. He was the first pick for the Athletics. The player that they really wanted again. The Swisher takes inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The combination of power and patience at the plate. The Swisher just starting to turn it on here at Double-A. Had a great season in Single-A. He pops up this pitch behind the plate. This is going to make it out of play. Right on the rooftop above us for a strike. 1-2 on Swisher. Born in Columbus, Ohio. He was raised in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Then went back to Columbus to play his college ball for the Ohio State Buckeyes. One of the better baseball programs in the Big Ten, which of course is not known for college baseball. Every once in a while they'll come out with a can't-miss prospect, which is what Swisher seems to be. He'll take a pitch downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swisher with the RockHounds. Numbers aren't pretty. 228 hitter, 5 homers, 41 RBIs in 72 games. He did very well in the California League, where he bashed 10 home runs in 51 games and batted .296. It's taken a little bit of time to adjust to this level. As he sends a fly ball to left center field, the wind blowing the ball further back. Kenny James racing to the fence, and it's off the wall. Extra bases for Swisher. He'll stop at second base with a double as the ball comes in from Jake Weber. What we have today, the conditions in Midland, it's still very windy, but the wind is not blowing straight in from right field as it has been for the past couple of days. It is blowing across the outfield from right to left. We've seen a couple of fly balls that have been hit well, but have been blown across the outfield. They would be straight away center, and they've been blown further towards left. That one hit off the fence. Otherwise, it would have been caught by James. The wind really has a lot to do with the outcome of the game and how the teams handle these windy conditions. Swisher's 6th hit of the series, his 3rd double. John Baker, the batter, another left-hander, and a strike from Scott Schneider on the inside corner. Baker, a .240 hitter, a home run, and 16 RBIs. Another early round pick for these RockHounds. 4th round selection out of Cal Berkeley in the 2002 draft. And he'll take a pitch outside, 1-1. No score in the bottom of the 2nd. Travelers looking to avoid being swept here in Midland. Last time the Travs were swept in a series was July 1st through the 4th. When the Wichita Wranglers came to Ray Winter Field and took 4 straight. Schneider at the belt, checking on Swisher, nobody out, and Baker swings late at a fastball, fouls it off. 1-2. Baker didn't play the last couple of games. Steve Jackson had been the starting catcher for the RockHounds and had really responded quite well with 5 RBIs in 2 games, but Jackson rests today, giving the younger prospect catcher the action tonight. Baker, 22 years old. Only his 2nd professional season, and he'll foul the pitch off again. Still 1-2. Scott Schneider has taken the hill as a starter for the Travelers 3 times this year, counting tonight. He picked up a victory against Frisco on July 22nd. In a spot start. 5 innings pitched, the longest he's gone this year. He gets Baker to chase a pitch in the dirt. Strike 3. Mathis blocks it and throws the first to complete the strikeout. Swisher stays at second. First strikeout for Schneider. And it's his 46th strikeout of the season in 64 innings. He has allowed 7 home runs, but generally keeps the ball in the park pretty well recently. He's only allowed 1 homer ever since August the 1st, and that covers 9 appearances. Schneider has been the Travelers' long reliever this year and seems to be specializing in extra inning ball games. A few of his 8 victories have come in extra innings. Here's Adam Morrissey, the first right-handed batter that Schneider faces, and he misses inside with a fastball. Schneider generally effective against right-handers and lefties. He holds the league to a .236 batting average. Right-handers hit .237 against him. The 1-0, and that hits the batter. Morrissey plunked right between the numbers while he only has 1 number. Scott Schneider walks towards home plate and gets the ball from A.J. Wendell. And Morrissey not saying anything. He just heads down to first base after getting hit. Well, that'll set up a double play. Matt Allegra, the batter. The RockHounds have already turned 2 double plays. The Travelers are waiting to turn their first one. Allegra, a tall right-handed batter. Another prospect for this team. The Athletics view Allegra much the same as a 5-tool prospect. Fastball for strike 1. Allegra out of Manatee Junior College down in Florida. Hotbed for college baseball prospects and a junior college as well. A lot of fine junior college programs down in Florida. 0-1 the count of the right-handed batting Allegra, and he'll take it outside a slider, 1-1. Allegra hitless yesterday with a strikeout, his 151st strikeout of the season to lead all Texas League hitters. He is one of 2 RockHound batters to strike out 100 times this year. And then there's Adam Morrissey with 5 more strikeouts to reach the century mark. Schneider checking on second. 1 away. A 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Jeff. 2 balls and a strike on Matt Allegra. .239 average, 13 homers, and 67 runs batted in. Allegra established career highs last season with 20 home runs and 93 RBIs, and helping the Visalia Oaks to a .500 record. He'll take a fastball letter high, strike 2. Got an absolute gun for an arm in the outfield. Allegra's been an everyday right fielder. He has displayed good power, fairly good speed, but his strike zone judgment is not where the Athletics would like it. 30 walks against 151 strikeouts. 2-2. We have no score in the bottom of the second, and this pitch, low ground ball towards the third base line and picked up in foul territory by Junior Zamora, keeping the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Allegra recently has been hitting the ball very well. He's raised his average 10 points since the Travelers last saw him, which was a couple of weekends ago. He's hitting .349 over his past 11 games. 1 away. Nick Swisher with the leadoff double still at second base. Morrissey plunked by a pitch. He's at first. There's 1 out. A 2-2 count on Allegra. Schneider deals. Curveball, that's hit to the gap in left center field. James chasing, diving. He's got it for out number 2. Great catch in the left field gap by Kenny James. And that'll keep the runners at bay. Swisher holds at second base and Morrissey at first. Kenny James already getting tested 3 times, and most of it on the wind on high fly balls, but this last one by Allegra was a liner towards left center field. And Kenny laid himself out. Something he hasn't done all that much this year is dive for balls. He certainly attacked the ball that time. So 2 gone, and J.T. Stotts steps to the plate, a right-handed hitter. Usually a shortstop. Tonight he's the designated hitter. And a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Stotts hasn't played in this series yet. This is his first appearance. Playing in just his 42nd game with the Midland RockHounds, a former 3rd-round pick out of Cal State Northridge. And he's laid on a fastball, fouled it off, 0-2. Stott selected in the 2001 draft out of Cal State Northridge. Started this season in the California League with the Modesto A's, batted .284 with a couple of home runs and 37 RBIs. And he doesn't get a chance to play that much here with Mike Rouse holding down the fort at shortstop, one of the top shortstops in the league. Scott's 0-2, bring him up. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and that'll end the second inning. Schneider strikes out a pair in a scoreless second. Pitches around Swisher's leadoff double to leave 2 men on base. Going into the 3rd inning here in Midland. We have no score on FM 101.1 The River.
Warmer days are moving in. Get moving on your tan. Look good and feel great with a healthy, glowing tan from Advanced Sun Systems. Advanced Sun Systems has 4 levels of tanning to suit you and unlimited tanning packages that start at $20 a month with a one-time enrollment fee. Advanced Sun Systems also has the hottest swimwear and beachwear with colors and styles you won't find anywhere else. It's summer year-round at Advanced Sun Systems, located on Chenal Parkway, Maumelle, and the North Little Rock location that offers the incredible UV-free Mystic Tan. Make your appointment today at Advanced Sun Systems and get ready for the ultimate tanning experience.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our Chicken Club Toaster Sandwich, our Bacon Cheddar Burger Toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Thank you for tuning in tonight to Arkansas Traveler Baseball on FM 101.1 The River. Phil Nelson with you here. Your voice of baseball in Central Arkansas. The Travelers and the RockHounds have played a couple of scoreless innings. We're now in the third. Travelers have had 3 base hits against Darvin Withers, but no runs to show for it. Withers has been able to get out of the first and second innings by inducing double plays both times. And here in the third inning, the Travelers have Brian Speck leading off. Casey Smith and Kenny James follow against the right-hander. Withers goes into the windup. Speck batting left-handed, and he'll bunt the first pitch foul down the third base line for a strike. Speck, another one of the Travs that struggled in the series. Both he and Junior Zamora entered today's game 1 for 11 against RockHounds pitching in this series. Speck, just like Zamora, had hit the ball very well in the series against El Paso. 6 hits and 17 at-bats. Triple, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. And he sends a high fly ball to center field. Hit it well. Switcher back towards the warning track. Turned himself around. He leaps. He's got it. Route number 1. Swisher at first looked like he had no clue where that ball was going. He turned his back to the field to sprint towards the warning track, then turned around one way, realized he had the wrong angle, turned around the other way. And at the very last moment, before the ball got over his head, he leaped and brought it in. So an ugly-looking play, but still an out nonetheless. Casey Smith, the number 9 batter, takes a strike. Casey, 2 for 11 in the series. The 8 and 9 batters have combined in the series to go 3 for 22. Withers with the 0-1. And that's a strike at the knee. No balls, 2 strikes. You know, Withers already has gone further than he did in his last start against the Travelers on August 15th, when twice he got sick on the pitcher's mound in the second inning. The 0-2 ground ball towards first and picked up by Johnson at the belt level, and he'll step on first base for the unassisted putout. Well, that's 9 Travelers that have come to the plate in 2 2/3 innings. Withers has allowed 3 hits and struck out 1 batter, no walks, 2 double plays, a lot of grounders. Kenny James steps to the plate. Kenny was called out on strikes in the first inning. Withers certainly a ground ball pitcher. He's throwing a sinker. He does not have an overpowering fastball. He's got to rely on good control and movement on everything he throws. He can't throw anything straight. And he'll miss downstairs to James with a fastball, 1-0. No score, top of the third. The lights have been turned on. The sun is now hiding behind a giant patch of clouds above the ballpark as Kenny takes inside 2-0. To be quite honest, the Travelers can't wait to get out of Midland. This is one of these towns where there's nothing going on around the hotel. No place to eat. 2-0 pitch, grounder short. And Rouse scoops it up one-handed. Toss across to end the Traveler inning. 3 up, 3 down in the Travs' top of the third. And the RockHounds come back to the plate in the bottom of the third inning. We still have no score on FM 101.1 The River.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the votes have been tabulated, and here are the winners. Voted Pulaski County's best barbecue, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted Pulaski County's best catfish, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted best plate lunch, once again, Pig and Chick Restaurant. And last but not least, voted best family dinner. And you guessed it, the overall winner, Pig and Chick Restaurant in Sherwood. Congratulations to Pig and Chick Restaurant, just 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. To dine at your house, call 834-5456. To place your order and pick it up at the drive-thru window. Or to cater your family or company parties over the holidays, call 834-5456. And for the best barbecue, catfish, plate lunch, or family sit-down dinner, visit Pig and Chick Restaurant, 7824 Highway 107, that's JFK Boulevard, 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. Open Monday through Saturday. Hey, it's a proven winner.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. Time to wear the night like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time at a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Traveler Baseball returns here to the airwaves on FM 101.1 The River. We have no score in the bottom of the third inning, and Scott Schneider back on the hill. Schneider has faced 9 batters in the RockHound order, allowing 2 hits, hit 1 batter, who struck out 2. Freddie Bynum leads off at the top of the order and takes a first pitch strike from Schneider on the outside corner. Bynum, Stanley, and Rouse. 3 left-handed batters will be hitting against the Traveler righty. Schneider, overhead windup, leg kick in the pitch, and a line drive to left field. Jake Weber standing there to make the catch for out number 1. Let's get to some scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, first in the Texas League. We have 2 games to report. In the top of the second in Tulsa, San Antonio has a 1-0 lead. The Drillers have made a living recently out of coming from behind with the Missions score against Mark DeFelice in the top half of the first. Watch out for those Drillers. They are not the team that is dying easily. In fact, right now they look like they're on the way to the second consecutive playoff. They didn't make the playoffs in 2001 last year. Lost the Texas League Championship Series in a bitter 7-game matchup with the San Antonio Missions. Steve Stanley takes outside, ball 1. Stanley reached base on a single up the middle in the first inning. First time he's been on base all series. A strike on the inside corner, 1-1. 292 hitter Stanley is, out of Notre Dame University. Kind of player that virtually any manager would like to have on his team. He's gritty, he's feisty. Team leader of sorts as he sends a foul ball into the third base seat. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Stanley, who is listed at 5'8". He's got to be a little bit shorter than that. A second-year player. He was drafted in the second round of last year's draft for plate discipline and the ability to play the outfield. The 1-2 grounded down the first base line. Backhand play by O'Keefe. Schneider covers at first base, and O'Keefe's flip is right there for out number 2. So Schneider pitching very well here. And again, he really doesn't have much more than 4 innings in him, and even for a relief pitcher, 4 innings is going a long way. We can probably expect to see Ryan Cummings once Schneider is removed. Probably won't see Dusty Bergman today. Dusty pitched last night, and he's also been a very bad luck pitcher over this series. There's a strike to Mike Rouse, who was robbed of a base hit on a nice diving play by Brian Specht in the first inning. Bergman has been on the mound for 3 of the Travelers' 4 losses over this road trip. He's taken 2 of the losses himself, and then allowed the go-ahead hit yesterday, though the runs that scored were Bobby Jenks' property. Rouse gets under a pitch, fly ball to shallow left. Jake Weber is there, reaches up, one-hands it. That's 3 up, 3 down in the third inning. Good job for Scott Schneider. He and Darvin Withers have taught 3 shutout innings apiece, so we go to the 4th in Midland with no score on FM 101.1 The River.
Hey you, listening to the radio. How you feeling these days? Okay? Not bad? Come on, is that where you want to be? When was the last time you did something you once looked forward to doing? You know, symptoms of depression could be holding you back. Perhaps you should ask your doctor about your treatment options, like Effexor XR, venlafaxine HCl. It works on both serotonin and norepinephrine, 2 chemicals in the brain linked to depression. Correcting the imbalance of these 2 chemicals may relieve symptoms of depression.
Effexor XR is not for everyone. People taking MAO inhibitors should not take Effexor XR. Side effects may include nausea, dizziness, sleepiness, nervousness, insomnia, anorexia, and constipation. Effexor XR may raise blood pressure, so it should be monitored. Talk to your doctor if you're pregnant or nursing and before discontinuing or reducing your dose. For more information, see our ad in U.S. News & World Report, visit thechangeYouDeserve.com, or call 1-877-YOU-DESERVE. That's Y-O-U deserve.
Effexor XR, the change you deserve. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
Boy, it sure gets hot during the baseball season, and Ready Ice, Arkansas's largest ice company, is always the best choice to keep your favorite drinks cold. Once again, Ready Ice is proud to present Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pop in anywhere Ready Ice is sold in Greater Little Rock, like Exxon stations or your local convenience store, and grab a coupon good for a $2 admission to any Travs Wednesday home game. Get ready, get the coupon, and go to Ready Ice Discount Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field.
Fourth inning starting off here in Midland. We have no score at the First American Bank Ballpark, shortened to the Fab, a fabulous ballpark here in the Permian Basin, rated as last year's top new ballpark across the United States in the minor league, replacing rickety old Christensen Stadium, which was a bandbox of a park and made a joke out of the ball game with the home runs flying out of the ballpark at the rate that they did. This ballpark really tilted towards the pitchers, but it is a wonderful place to spend a night watching the Midland RockHounds play in the Texas League. Jake Weber leads off. He takes a pitch low, ball one. Jake doubled in the first inning off the right field fence, then got spreaded at third base when McPherson bounced into the inning-ending double play. Jake laid on a changeup, and he fouls it back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like he was waiting for that changeup and waited a little bit too long. Jake with a double here in that first inning. Now with a hit in 10 of his last 12 games, hitting about .350 during that stretch. And he looks to win a batting title, but there might not be a good chance for Jake to win the batting title. For the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about the possibility of Jake winning a batting championship. And then I get an email from Texas League President Tom Kaiser explaining why he probably won't, as Weber bounces one towards shortstop. Rouse takes it on 2 bounces, and from the infield grass, his throw is in time for out number 1. Tom, who's joined us on the broadcast quite often over the past couple of seasons, wanted to remind us, broadcasters and media relations directors, that it is possible for Ramon Nivar to win the batting title, even though he'll finish the season with fewer total plate appearances than are needed to qualify. Jeff Mathis, who singled in the first inning, takes low for ball 1. No score, top of the 4th. 1 away, and Mathis hitting with the bases empty, right-handed hitter. Withers to the windup and the 1-0. Swing and a fly ball to right center field. And converging Swisher and Allegra. Swisher, the center fielder, takes over and makes the call on the catch. 2 gone. Well, here's the reason that Nivar can be awarded the batting title even with fewer total plate appearances than he needs to qualify. And it's Rule 10.23A of the official baseball rules, which states that if there's any player with fewer than the required number of plate appearances, whose average would be the highest, it means if he's charged with the required number of plate appearances, then that player should be awarded the batting championship better. And the way that works out, as McPherson takes a strike, is that pretty much you add the necessary at-bats to Nivar's total to qualify him for the batting title. If, say, it's 30 at-bats, give him an 0 for 30 in his statistics, and if that batting average would still lead the league, then Nivar would win the championship. So the way it works out is that Nivar would need 378 plate appearances, so he'd need to be added 29 at-bats as McPherson strokes a fly ball deep down the left field line, and that is a foul ball. Foul by just a few feet for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dallas McPherson with 2 outs and the bases empty. So adding those 29 at-bats to Nivar's total means he'd have a .318 batting average. So Jake Weber's going to have to get to .318 in order to lead the Texas League, and this isn't really the greatest rule, I believe, as McPherson at the line drive, and it's snagged by first baseman Dan Johnson. Boy, the Travelers getting no luck whatsoever. Fine play by Johnson who had the 4th. And the Travelers go down in order. Oh, hey, 3 up, 3 down for the second consecutive inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up here in Midland. The Travelers and the RockHounds still searching for a run on FM 101.1 The River.
Stop by AgPro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors. This rugged lineup can handle your livestock chores with ease. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. The new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. So check out the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors at AgPro at Highway 165 in England.
Top Shoes, Arkansas's largest shoe store, and New Balance are proud to support our travelers. New Balance shoes come in the size and width to fit every Travis fan. And Top Shoes has the largest selection of New Balance shoes in the entire state. Not only does New Balance have shoes for athletes, Top Shoes have New Balance shoes for foot problems such as diabetic neuropathy or plantar fascia. The friendly employees at Top Shoes will gladly measure your feet and get that New Balance that is just right for you. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
The Fish House is known all across Arkansas for its great catfish. But did you know that the Fish House can cater any event anywhere in the state? Catfish, chicken, hush puppy, shrimp fries, coleslaw, baked beans, all of them cooked on site. The Fish House even provides plates, utensils, and napkins for up to 3,000 people. All you have to do is eat, because the Fish House takes care of everything else. Come see us for a great meal in Conway at 116 South Harkrider, or call toll-free 877-661-3774 for the Fish House.
Dan Johnson leading off the fourth inning for the Midland RockHounds. We have a scoreless game, and Scott Schneider's first pitch low and inside for a ball. This is Phil Elson with you on the River, FM 101.1 on your dial. Schneider has allowed only 2 hits, as Johnson sends a pop fly into the third base seats for a strike, 1-1. Johnson, Swisher, and Baker, the 4 through 6 batters, scheduled to hit against Schneider, who set down 5 in a row ever since he hit Adam Morrissey with a pitch in the second inning. 1-1 off speed, and Johnson fouls it away. 1-2. Schneider has Johnson leaning out over the plate on that breaking pitch. Johnson 0 for 1. He flied out to center field, deep towards the left center field track. On a high fly ball, the wind picked up in a jet stream, blew closer to the fence. James was able to make that grab. Schneider hits the sign. He winds, he throws. Johnson swings, pop up out of play again. Schneider sort of looks like a bowler as he takes the sign from his catcher. He bends at the waist. He holds his glove and the ball inside of the glove right in front of his face. His slider downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see John Burkett do the same thing for the Boston Red Sox. He's trying to keep themselves straight towards the plate. Here's a 2-2 delivery. A foul ball off the plate as Schneider comes with another breaking pitch. No Traveler working in the bullpen as of right now. It is not highly necessary for Schneider to work 5 innings in order to save the bullpen. There are some rested arms in the pen. Count of 2-2. Johnson will take strike 3 on the outside corner. A backdoor slider that Johnson had no inkling of swinging at. A.J. Wendell hesitated for a slight second before pulling the string. Second strikeout for Schneider. He got J.T. Stotts looking in the second inning. That's the leadoff man batter out, and now here's Swisher. Has more hits in the series than any other player on both teams. 6 base hits, 3 doubles, including a shot off the left field fence in the second inning. And he'll step to the plate. Second baseman Smith plays about 3 steps into the outfield as Swisher takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Well, he didn't give a couple other scores in the Texas League. It's Round Rock scoreless with Wichita in the third inning. San Antonio's lead is still 1-0 against Tulsa in the second. Low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Swisher. Scott leans in. Mathis sets up right down the middle. The pitch missing inside and got behind Mathis. 2-1. Let's get to some Major League scores here on the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard. Give you the games in progress just a second. There are no final scores to report to you. Schneider stepping away from the rubber for a second, wipes his face with his jersey. Out of the batter's box goes Swisher. That gives him an extra chance to readjust his batting gloves for the 17th time. 2 balls and a strike as Swisher gets back to the plate. And the next pitch is outside, ball 3. All right, here are the games in progress. The Cardinals trail Chicago 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kerry Wood and Woody Williams throwing fine games so far. Swisher, deep fly ball to right field. Back on it a few steps is Nick Gorneau. He's there to make the catch for out number 2. Base is still empty, and Swisher got a good pitch to handle. Got under it just a little bit and flat out deep to right. So 2 gone, and here's John Baker. Cincinnati and Milwaukee tied at 2 in the top of the 6th inning. Houston, on the strength of a Jeff Bagwell grand slam in the first inning, lead 4-0. Bagwell's 30th home run of the season. course, the Astros full game up on the Cardinals, half a game in front of the Cubs in that National League Central race. A strike down the middle to John Baker, struck out in the second inning. 3 Ks for Scott Schneider. He has dealt shutout ball to 2 outs in the fourth. Scoreless game, however. The Travelers haven't brought a run home either. Scott's slider outside, 1-1. Elsewhere in the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates leading Florida 4-0. Kip Weld holding the Marlins to 2 hits over 6 innings of work. Pitch inside, 2-1. Bottom 6 in Montreal. The Expos lead the Phillies 5-1. Phillies have lost 4 straight. They're tied with the Marlins for the wild card spot. A changeup at the knees called strike 2 on John Baker, a .240 hitter. Rain delay right now in Atlanta. 3-0 Braves lead the Mets in the bottom of the fourth. There was a rain delay before the game started. And now there's a delay in the fourth inning. Chipper Jones with a home run, his 23rd. Schneider's 2-2 is hit out of play foul. Later tonight in the National League, San Francisco minus Barry Bonds taking on the Colorado Rockies in Denver. Sidney Ponzon against ex-Traveler Jose Jimenez. And the Diamondbacks host Brian Giles and the San Diego Padres as Giles plays his first game with his hometown team. Baker takes inside. The count runs full. Brian Lawrence on the mound for the Padres. Kurt Schilling for the D-backs. Payoff pitch to Baker is low and inside, and that's the first walk issued by Scott Schneider. He had set down 7 batters in a row up to that point. But the 2-out walk will bring up Adam Morrissey, who was the last batter to reach. Morrissey was hit by a pitch in the second inning on a 1-0 fastball that got him right on the number 5 on his back. But then Schneider got Allegra to fly out to center on a diving catch by James and struck out J.T. Stott. Morrissey takes low for a ball. Now the Travelers have some action in the bullpen. It does look like Ryan Cummings. Yes, it is. Cummings starting to loosen up slowly. Get that arm ready to come into the 5th inning. A ball and no strikes on Adam Morrissey. Schneider to the belt. 2 outs and a slider for strike 1 on the outside corner. American League scores. We can give those while this inning continues. KC on the strength of a 4-run first inning lead the Rangers 4-0. That's in the top of the second inning. Royals a game out of first behind the White Sox. And the White Sox beating the Yankees right now 7-2 in the 6th inning. Ball 2 outside from Schneider on Morrissey. Robbie Alomar, Frank Thomas hitting home runs. Frank Thomas, talk about a comeback season, 36 home runs. 2-1 pitch to Morrissey, letter high strike on a fastball, 2-2. 2 outs, Baker at first base, and a 2-2 count. We have no score in the bottom of the 4th. Indians ahead of the Tigers 7-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ex-Traveler Dimitri Young hitting his 27th home run as a high pop fly down the right field line slices out of play for another foul ball. Still 2-2 on Adam Morrissey. And also the Red Sox and the Blue Jays tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Carlos Delgado and Jason Varitek with home runs. Later tonight in the American League, the Twins and the Angels in Anaheim. Orioles and Athletics in Oakland. Pat Hentgen and Barry Zito the starting pitchers. Couple of Cy Young Award winners. Morrissey ground ball to second base. Casey Smith bobbles it, but slips to the shortstop Specht in time for out number 3. So that's another scoreless inning for Scott Schneider. He's tossed 4 strong frames. We'll get into the 5th inning here in Midland, and no score on FM 101.1 The River.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day, to make a difference in the Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
The best part of a convenience store is convenience. Double B's Exxon wants to make your trip to our stores as convenient as possible. That's why we featured Speed Pass at our Exxon locations. Speed Pass is the easiest, most efficient method of payment at the pump, available exclusively at Exxon. Of course, Double B's Exxon features all sorts of ice-cold beverages and snacks. Double B's Exxon, locations in Greater Little Rock, are the places to pick up your Tuesday and Wednesday Travs Family Night discount tickets. And be sure to listen to the Double B's Double Play all season long. Double B's Exxon. Gas it, grab it, and go!
Hello, Dental Group. Ms. Cole? Sounds like a nasty toothache. Aren't you on vacation?
Camping.
Well, for temporary relief until you see the dentist, get Maximum Strength Ambisol.
Ambisol?
The same pain reliever in the same strength the dentist rubs on gums to start relieving pain on contact.
Oh, really?
You can't get stronger pain relief without a prescription. Use only as directed.
Ambisol?
Yes, Miss Cole. Maximum Strength Ambisol. Dentist strong, so the pain is gone.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Four innings in the books here in Midland, and the Arkansas Travelers and the Midland RockHounds are battling to a scoreless tie. I am Phil Elson with you at the First American Bank Ballpark in Midland on FM 101.1 The River. Travelers out hitting the RockHounds 3-2. Neither team has committed an error. Travs have left one man on base. They've bounced into two double plays. The RockHounds have stranded three runners and have struck out three times. Traveler first baseman Mike O'Keefe will lead off in the fifth inning against Darvin Withers. Withers scattering three base hits. And set down 8 batters in a row since O'Keefe led off the second inning with a base hit. And Mike gets under a pitch. High pop-up on the infield. First baseman Dan Johnson is called off by Freddie Bynum, the second baseman, and makes a catch on pitch. 1 out. Next up, Junior Zamora. Tough to see the ball right now. It is fairly high sky. Parts of the sky above the ballpark have big clouds. Other parts are patches of blue. And the ball could actually get lost in that sky as Zamora takes a strike. Junior hit the ball very hard in the second inning, a line drive right to the third baseman, Adam Morrissey. Junior is 1 for 12 in this series. 284 batting average before the game started, 9 homers, and a swing and a miss at a slider, strike 2. 9 in a row set down by Withers. That does not include a double play, in which 2 outs were recorded, of course, and the second inning. Trav hadn't had a man on base since the second inning. 0-2 to count on Zamora. Holds the bat behind his head. He'll step, he'll take, outside, ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Withers deals a curveball. It's popped up behind the plate and out of play. Junior looks a little flustered with himself as that was a very hittable pitch. Withers hung it. And 1-2 count. Withers winds, he deals. Ground ball down the third base line. Backhand play by Adam Morrissey. Kicks off his glove into his throwing hand, and he gets the out at first by half a step. Boy, a lucky bounce for Adam Morrissey. And that bounce was not on the infield. It was a bounce off of his glove. He fielded the ball. It popped right out of the mitt, bounced right into his throwing hand. And he had already taken a step towards first base, so all he had to do was just follow through with his arm, and it was a good throw. 2 gone. Here's Nick Gorno. And a pitch in the dirt from Withers, ball 1. Well, the Travelers right now have scored a total of 4 runs over 31 2/3 innings in this series. This is the worst offensive display the Travelers have gone through since the beginning of July. The 1-0, low and outside, 2-0. Now, I've only researched it back to the beginning of July. This could actually be one of the worst displays of offense for the Travs all year. And considering that they've got some pretty darn good hitters who've been scoring runs almost at will against other Texas League teams, but not against these RockHounds. Ball 3 to Gorneau upstairs, and he's ahead 3-0. 2 outs, bases empty, and Brian Specht on deck. Cummings continues to warm up in the Traveler bullpen. We'll see him come into the fifth. Here's a 3-0 to Gorneau. He's swinging and ripping a base hit to left field. A single with 2 outs. Gorneau's first hit of the game, and that'll break up the string of consecutive batters retired by Withers. It's set down 10 in a row until the 2-out single from Nick Gorneau. Nick now with a hit in 19 of 20 games. Brian Specht to the plate. Batting left-handed, he flied out to center in the third inning, and he watches Gorneau get back to first on a pickoff throw. Specht hit the ball pretty hard in the third, a high fly ball deep to center. Nick Swisher got turned around on the fly ball, but still was able to bring it in, leaping just in front of the fence. Gorneau about a 3-step lead at first. Specht takes ball 1 outside. Casey Smith on deck. And before Specht sees another pitch, out to the mound goes the catcher, John Baker. Well, a happy birthday to former Traveler Trent Durrington. Born today, 1975 in Australia. And now Trent back in the major leagues with the Anaheim Angels. Trent, a former Midland Angel. A lot of fans here in Midland still look back on Trent Durrington with a lot of positive feelings. Played for the 96 team along with Troy Gloss and Ramon Ortiz. Now, 1 year after Ty Boykin stopped playing here in Midland and started his coaching career is when Durrington got up to Double-A for the first time. Of course, Durrington spent most of the 2002 season with the Travelers and parts of the 2001 championship season, and now back up in the major leagues with Anaheim. 1-0 pitch is outside to Specht, ball 2. Durrington had played pretty much all year with the AAA Salt Lake Stingers and had been having himself a fine year. Hitting for a high batting average, playing numerous positions. Hasn't been playing much at the catching position, which probably a very good thing. The 2-0 to Specht, ball 3, outside, 3-0. Withers fell behind Gorneau 3-0 and does the same on Specht. 2 outs, top of the fifth, no score at the Fab. Durrington was hitting .304 with 7 homers and 54 RBIs before his call-up. 35 stolen bases, too. There's a strike on the inside corner, 3-1. Durrington had only started 2 times as the catcher. He'd even played some first base. Mostly, Trent had been at second base, the position he's most effective at, and has settled into a utility role with the Angels. 3 balls and a strike. Gorneau running. The pitch outside, ball 4, and Gorneau moseys into second. Jogging to first is Specht on the 2-out walk. That brings pitching coach Craig Lefferts out to the mound. Lefferts used to coach with the Toronto Blue Jays. I saw him coaching in Medicine Hat, Alberta in the 1998 and 99 season with the Medicine Hat Blue Jays. Lefferts, a former all-star closer for the San Diego Padres. Part-time starting pitcher. Mostly came out of the bullpen, registered 101 saves over his career, 12-year career. Spent mostly with San Diego. Spent about 2.5 seasons with the Giants. Established career highs in saves with 23 saves in 1990 and 91 for San Diego. After Mark Davis crumbled, after he signed with Kansas City following his 1989 Cy Young Award, and Lefferts took over with the Padres. He's back in the dugout. Casey Smith, the batter, and he'll foul the ball at the plate on a changeup, 0-1. Last team Lefferts pitched for, the Angels, along with Mike Butcher in the 1994 season. Pitched in 30 games out of the bullpen. Lefferts, one of the only major leaguers born in Germany. Munich, West Germany, 1957. 0-1. Withers checking at second. He delivers a breaking pitch. Swung on and missed by Smith. Casey grounded out to first base in the third inning. Travelers depending on him to bring a run home. See some other major leaguers that have been born in Europe. Bert Blyleven was born in Holland. Probably throws the greatest curveball that the Dutch ever saw. That is if they were able to open their eyes. The 0-2 grounder back to the mound and played by Withers. Put the first base low, but dug out by Johnson. And that'll save a run as the Travelers go scoreless once again here in the fifth. 1 hit, 2 left on base. And we will get into the bottom of the fifth in Midland. Still no score at the Fab on FM 101.1 The River.
Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia specializes in autographed collectibles from the worlds of baseball, football, basketball, movies, and music. Memorabilia signed by the likes of Joe Montana, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, John Wayne, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, Britney Spears, and the Beatles. And remember, everything sold at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia is 100% authentic or guaranteed. It's all at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia at the intersection of Rainwood Drive and Green Mountain. Give them a call at 219-0003 for Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia.
Sundays are sin tonight and repent tomorrow at Banana Joe's Island Party, Little Rock's newest nightclub located downtown in the River Market. Sunday Sin Night features $2 domestic beer, contest featuring color TV giveaways, and a free buffet from 9 until 11 p.m. when you sign up for a Sin card. Plus other specials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Banana Joe's any night of the week at 300 President Clinton Avenue in the River Market.
Hello? I've got good news. What? My Aristotle internet bill is only $5.50 this month. Last month it was only $7.
And that's your good news?
Uh-huh. With Aristotle, you only pay for the time you spend online at the rate of 50 cents an hour. How much time do you spend on the internet?
Well,
I bet you'd save money with Aristotle, too.
I probably would.
Okay, bye. Oh, yeah, also, I'm getting married.
Good news should be shared with good friends. Sign up for Aristotle Internet at www.aristotle.net.
Our day going to the bottom of the fifth inning here in Midland, Texas. Phil Elson with you on FM 101.1 The River with Arkansas Traveler Baseball. We will start a series tomorrow against the Frisco Rough Riders. 4 straight games to finish the regular season. If the Travelers get to the 2003 postseason in the Texas League, they will start next Tuesday at the Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark in North Texas. Against the same Rough Rider ball club the Travelers finished the season against. Tomorrow's game, if I can remember what day it is correctly, I believe today is Wednesday, to make tomorrow Thursday, which means that the game in Frisco starts at 7 o'clock. ITT Tech pregame show at 6:40. Ryan Cummings has entered the ball game here in the fifth inning, replacing Scott Schneider, and Matt Allegra leads off, takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Fine start by Schneider. I knew he was going to come out for the starting performance maybe about 5 minutes before he got out there. Here's a strike to Allegra, 1-1. 4 shutout innings for Scott, 2 hits. Hit a batter, walked another, struck out 3. And did his job keeping the Travs in the game. Now they pass it on to Cummings. Making only his second appearance of the road trip, so he's a fresh pitcher. Oh, nice nasty curveball to Allegra. He takes strike 2. That pitch had a nice sharp motion to it. Curveball can be Ryan's best pitch, but it's got to be a sharp one. 1-2, Cummings from the belt with the bases empty. The fastball swung on late. Allegra fouls it off. Allegra almost knocked the run home in the second inning. Had a soft liner to left center field that Kenny James dove for and came up with a catch. There were 2 men on base at that point of the second inning, and Schneider got J.T. Stotts looking to end the inning. Stotts on deck. Cummings tries the inside corner with a fastball and misses. 2-2. For Ryan Cummings, appearance number 36 of the season. He's 34th out of the bullpen. Ryan's record, 1 win, 5 losses, and a .534 ERA. 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Run to the count full on 6 pitches to Matt Allegra. Mike Brunet was set to start tonight's game, but shoulder stiffness keeps him out. It might be that Brunet's season is over, and not because of injury, strictly because there's only 4 games left. Certainly won't be making a start, but I have a feeling we might see Brunet in the Frisco series. He's been pitching very well. One way or the other, Mike Brunet, even if he doesn't make an appearance in the Frisco series, made a statement. Mike deserves to get a look for AAA next year, and hopefully he can pitch in some winter ball in the fall league. Allegra chopper to third. Backhand play by Zamora close to the line. Toss across. 1 away. The Travelers' starting pitchers this year have been superb. Even back to the month of April when Jose Garcia was in the starting rotation. Jose pitched very well before his elbow gave out on him in the Tommy John surgery. That's going to be the 3rd time that Garcia has Tommy John surgery. Who knows if he can come back from that. Kevin Gregg had a standout season after he was promoted from the bullpen to the Travs starting rotation, made his major league debut. Stotts a liner to left. Jake Weber running towards the left field line, brings it in for the 2nd out. 2 gone. Stotts now 0 for 2. So is Freddie Bynum, who comes to the plate right now. The last base hit for the Midland RockHounds was Nick Swisher's leadoff double in the 2nd inning. Scott Schneider then went 3 innings without allowing a hit, and now Cummings has set down the first 2 men he's faced. Bynum is grounded to short. He's lined out to left. Cummings working from the stretch. Bynum a left-handed hitter. He'll take a pitch for strike 1 at the knees, a fastball. Other Travelers starting pitchers that have done fine this year. Eric Sears has proven that he is healthy and should have a breakout season next year. I tell you, watch out. I think Eric Sears is going to make it back to the major leagues next season. Not necessarily at the start of the year, but I think he'll get up there. 1-1 on Bynum. 2 outs. Cummings takes a deep breath. He throws. And a foul ball hit high in the air to left field, out of play. Of all the Travelers starters this year, probably the most disappointing would have been Mike Nicolai, who in April just could not get anything right. And Mike's season has been over for some time with shoulder problems. As the pitch outside from Cummings, 2-2. Someone also mentioned what happened to Phil Wilson. One of the other guys asked me that yesterday. Wilson's been out all year, as he has been unable to shake arm problems. 2-2 pitch tipped into the catcher's mitt as Bynum strikes out. Cummings pitches a 1-2-3 fifth. 5 shutout innings for both teams. Are we going to get a repeat of last night when we were scoreless going to the 8th? Well, we'll get to the 6th inning after this on FM 101.1 The River.
New Bounty's got the bigger quilt. It's so cool it lights and spells. You can take it on a trip. Ease your worry about those trips. Bills are something of the past. New Bounty's taking care of that. Bounty's got the triple lock. The quilted quicker locker upper. Bounty.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan. Like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today. Or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
When Mac told me about BC powder, I had no idea it would start a 20-year friendship.
Yeah, I remember Tim laying on the locker room floor.
It was my first televised wrestling match. You were the referee. A lot of help you were. I got tossed in the 3rd row of seats.
Yeah, now that's a BC moment.
My back was sore, neck was sore, shoulder was hurt, and you said, here, kid, here's a BC.
Yeah, BC works quick. It'll get you back on your feet to do it all over again.
BC is the best-kept secret in wrestling.
Not anymore.
BC Powder. Share the relief. Use as directed.
Welcome back to Midland in the First American Bank Ballpark on FM 101.1 The River. Phil Elson alongside you. We've had 5 shutout innings once again. We didn't have a run scored until the 8th inning yesterday, and right now the pitchers continue to dominate. I just figured out Midland's earned run average for this series. They've allowed 4 runs in 35 innings. Pardon me, that's not 35 innings. That's 32 innings. Let's get this right here. 32 innings, they've allowed 4 runs, a 1.33 ERA against Traveler batters. This Arkansas team is having one of their worst stretches offensively this season. It is coinciding with fine starting pitching. You score 4 runs over the course of 32 innings, you're not going to win many ball games. And that's certainly no secret why the Travelers have dropped 3 in a row to the RockHounds and knocked themselves out of first by 3 games. Scoring runs this month have been the Travelers' specialty. They've scored more runs than any Texas League team in the month of August until the series. But just like that, boom, stop scoring runs. See if the Travs can get a run home here in the 6th inning against Darvin Withers. We're going to start at the top of the order. Kenny James, Jake Weber, Jeff Mathis are scheduled to hit. Withers has allowed 4 base hits, 3 of them singles, 1 double. He's walked a batter, and he struck out only 1 man. And the strikeout victim was Kenny James to start the game in the 1st inning. Kenny also grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd, and Kenny is at the plate right now, followed by Weber and Mathis. Corner infielders will guard against a possible bunt as James steps to the plate. Haven't seen Kenny try to bunt his way on for a while. He's got the infielders thinking about it. He might be able to get one past the corner men. First pitch, he shows bunt, got it down behind the plate. Foul ball, strike 1. It looks like John Baker is ready to fire to first base. He tried to jump in front of the plate. It doesn't matter where the player is standing. It matters on where the ball is. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Kenny. Stroked on the first base side. And a diving stop by Freddie Bynum from second. And he gets James at first. Another great play by Freddie Bynum. Turned a spectacular 4-6-3 double play in the 1st inning. And now he robs the Travelers' speediest runner of a leadoff single. The RockHounds defensively have been almost flawless this series. They've turned a number of fine plays with Bynum, making at least 3 or 4 nice plays. Here's Jake Weber at 1 for 2, and he'll take a high fastball missed by about 3 feet. 1-0. Darvin Withers having one of his finer starts in a while. He's working into the 6th inning for the first time over his last 3 appearances. The 1-0. And Jake lines it up the middle for a base hit to center, his 2nd base hit of the night. For Weber, his team leading 163rd base hit. Now, depending on what Corey Sullivan, the Tulsa center fielder, has done, Jake might have just tied him for the top spot in base hits in the Texas League at 163. And again, Sullivan is playing right now against the San Antonio Missions. And we can't figure out if he's got a run or if he's got a base hit or not. Throw over to first base, checking on Weber. He dives in safe. Good news out of Tulsa. The San Antonio Missions have opened up a 6-0 lead in the 4th inning. Justin Leone cracking his 21st home run as part of a 5-run 2nd inning against Mark DeFelice. A strike to Jeff Mathis on the outside corner. Jeff is 1 for 2. He has singled back in the 1st inning. Then forced out at second on McPherson's double play. Jeff flat out to center in the 4th inning. Withers trying to pick off Weber once again. He dives in. He's safe. Jake was picked off at first base yesterday. And Withers trying to pick him once again. Jake has the same 4-step lead. Huge gap to the right side of the infield with Bynum shaded towards second base. Withers pitching inside to Mathis, and he missed the corner, 1-1. Wichita still has a 1-0 lead against Round Rock in the 5th inning. Frisco a 2-1 lead versus El Paso in the 2nd. Runner going, and Mathis grounds one through the right side of right field. Base hit. Mathis digging for third base, and he'll get there with no throw. That's Weber getting to third base with no throw. Jeff Mathis with his second base hit. And now the Travelers have met at the corners once again for Dallas McPherson. Nice piece of hitting by Jeff Mathis. And I'd expected Ty Boykin to put the hit and run on, especially with Bynum shaded so closely to second base. And Mathis, a good contact hitter who can place the ball, put it right to where Bynum would usually be standing if he wasn't positioned to turn two. Well, McPherson looking to do a little bit better than he did in the first inning when he had men at the corners and one out. And he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play to end the frame, leaving Weber at third base. Got the same men on the bases. Weber at third, Mathis at first. Withers at the belt. He throws, and McPherson flies it shallow center field, falling in front of Swisher, a base hit. Here comes Jake Weber to score the first Traveler run, and Mathis into second. 1-0 Arkansas. McPherson finally gets his first RBI of the series, 27th of the year. It had been about 16 innings since the Travelers had last scored a run, the 8th inning, 2 nights ago. And they break through here. 3 men have reached base in succession, and now O'Keefe strides to the plate. Mike 1 for 2 with a single in the 2nd inning. Hey, 1 run isn't going to do it today. Try to pile him on Darvin Withers. First pitch to O'Keefe. Swinging a ground ball to the right side of the infield. Back play by Johnson. Throw to second base. 1 out. No relay. They settle for the force out at second base. McPherson erased from the base paths. 3-6. Another good play by the first baseman, Dan Johnson. With the exception of Frisco first baseman Adrian Gonzalez, Dan Johnson has been the finest fielding first baseman in the league. Had to take about 2.5 steps towards the hole at second base and backhand the ball. And throw to second accurately. Still men at the corners. 2 outs for Junior Zamora. Junior 0 for 2, and he'll swing at a fastball, fouls it back, strike 1. So McPherson, who had only 1 at-bat with a runner on base coming into this game in the series, comes through in his 3rd at-bat of the game. An aggressive offensive philosophy by Tyrone Boykin using the hit and run. And it does lead to a run scored. Junior asks for timeout. It's granted by A.J. Wendell. Second baseman Bynum once again shaded up the middle. Shortstop Rouse deep in the hole at shortstop. Another big gap to the right side if Junior can poke it that way. They're going to pitch him inside, and a fastball for a strike at the knees. 0-2 on Zamora. Junior had an 0-2 count on him in the 5th inning when he rolled out to third base. He ripped a ball in a line drive in the 2nd inning, but Adam Morrissey caught it at the hot corner. Junior is 1 for 13 in the series, 6 strikeouts. 2 outs, a run home. Withers steps to third, looks at first, and the runners hold their spots. O'Keefe looked like he was fooled a little bit, but Withers didn't turn around quick enough to fire it to the first baseman Johnson. So he gets back on the mound, holds the ball in his right hand, gets the sign, hands together at the belt. Withers a pause, O'Keefe running, and Zamora swings and misses. He's out again. 7 times Zamora has struck out. The Travelers do break through. 1 run in the 6th inning on 3 base hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Travelers 1, the RockHounds nothing on FM 101.1 The River.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our Chicken Club Toaster Sandwich, our Bacon Cheddar Burger Toaster, or our 3 Breakfast Toaster Sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get
FM 101.1, The River.
Dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
We'll be back with more music, but first a look at weather. Here's meteorologist Tom Sparks.
Thanks, Chad. There's a front moving in from the south, which is going to mix with warm air, giving us the distinct possibility for showers over the next few days. In fact, some of them are going to be big soakers, let me tell you. However, if you're planning any outdoor activities for the weekend, I have good news.
So it's going to be clear?
No, I just saved a bunch of money on car insurance by switching to Geico.
See what you could save. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
Travelers finally break through to take a 1-0 lead here in the 6th inning. Only the second lead the Travelers have enjoyed in the series. Their last lead came on Monday night, a second-inning run for the Travelers. Took a 1-0 lead, but that lead lasted not even half of an inning. Hopefully the Traveler bullpen can make this baby last. Ryan Cummings back on the hill. He's going to pitch his second inning of work. He set the RockHounds down in order in the 5th inning. Here in the 6th, they'll face the 2 through 4 batters, 3 left-handed hitters, Steve Stanley, Mike Rouse, and Dan Johnson. Cummings, a right-hander, working from the stretch. Stanley is 1 for 2. Diminutive batter takes inside for ball, 1-0. Bill Elson with you here on the River, FM 101.1. Travelers starting tonight 3 games out of first place behind the Tulsa Drillers. Drillers losing now 6-0 in the 4th to San Antonio. Travs tied with the Wichita Wranglers. 3 games back. The Wranglers ahead of Round Rock 3-0 in the 6th. A strike to Stanley. 1-1. If Round Rock loses today, that'll get them to 91 losses. They've already dropped 90 games. The first Texas League team since the 1957 Shreveport Sports to lose 90. Ground ball toward the hole at shortstop, and sliding to cut it off is Junior Zamora. The third baseman fires across, and a fine play by Junior for out number 1. The 1957 Shreveport Sports went 59-95, finishing an astonishing 43 games out of first place behind Dallas. The following season, Shreveport wasn't in the league anymore. That's how bad they were. I don't think Round Rock's going to be ejected from the Texas League for having one of the worst seasons in league history. In fact, the Express front office is going to do quite the opposite. They want to get it to be a AAA franchise. Mike Rouse looks to bunt the ball, but he missed on the attempt. Cummings came high and tight when realizing Rouse had squared around. Rouse is 0 for 2. He has grounded up the middle on a diving play by Specht in the 1st inning, and he flied out to left field in the 3rd. The left-handed hitter. And Cummings deals from the stretch. That curveball just missed below the belt, or below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. The closest that any Texas League team had come to losing 90 games since Shreveport. It happened a couple of times. The 1964 Fort Worth team lost 89 games against 51 losses. Rouse a line drive to right field. Gorneau charging towards the fence to make the catch for out number 2. Well, even when the RockHounds are hitting the ball hard right now, Traveler fielders are getting to it. I'm feeling good karma right now, folks. Pretty good karma. Also, the 2002 edition of the Arkansas Travelers lost 89 games. So did Amarillo in 1978. Amarillo that year finished 35 games out behind El Paso. The Sun Kings, out there, they were the Diablos back then, too. Blowing outside, the pitch to Dan Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 tonight, 2 for 12 in the series. Leading the league in homers, RBIs, 27 bombs, 112 driven in. The 1-0, swing and a miss on a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson pretty much has the league RBI title wrapped up. No other Texas League batter has even 100 RBIs. Byron Geddes is second at 97. Johnson 3 homers ahead of A.J. Zapp. He's San Antonio first baseman who has 24 homers. Cummings 1-1. Ripped in a line drive. A leaping grab by Mike O'Keefe at first base. Both Nick Gorneau and Mike O'Keefe, as well as Junior Zamora, with standout plays on the infield. And that's 3 up, 3 down in the 6th inning. Travelers have this 1-0 lead. We take it to the 7th on FM 101.1 The River.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought and sold, taught and told. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of Benito, I was off your toe. If you stand for nothing, you're born for gold. In your actions, all is told.
Unforgettable favorites with John Lee in the morning. We're FM 101.1, The River, KGRE, North Little Rock, Little Rock.
You got an appetite, a taste that you can savor. Something different tonight, irresistible flavor. Our chicken on the barbie, fish of the day. The Outback Grillers will blow you away. Outback Steakhouse, it's just right. Outback Steakhouse.
No rules, just right. Hey folks, it's John Madden here to tell you about the August Best Buys at Ace Hardware. Come in today and get Quality Touch Semi-Gloss Wall Paint for only $12 a gallon. It's great for kitchens, baths, even wood trim. Heck, not only will you get our lowest price of the year, but the folks at Ace can help you match over 1,400 colors. Plus, the Ace Quality brand comes with a 12-year warranty. So hurry in to your local Ace Hardware throughout the month of August. Ace, the helpful place.
Quantities limited, available at participating stores.
Sounds of the Beatles here at the First American Bank Ballpark. That fits into the radio station's format. Unforgettable favorites. Can't Buy Me Love. Yeah, that works. And a lot of the songs that they play at ballparks across the Texas League don't necessarily fit into the format of unforgettable favorites. In fact, some of the music that is played across the Texas League is quite forgettable. We got a remarkable game right now. The Travelers had 1-0 in the 7th inning. We've had 2 standout games in a row here at First American Bank Ballpark. Nick Gorneau leads off the 7th, and he'll take a pitch outside for a ball. Darvin Withers out on the mound once again, working in his 7th inning. Travelers got to him in the 6th. 3 consecutive hits with Dallas McPherson collecting the RBI. Gorneau, a hot smash to third. Backhand play by Adam Morrissey, and he gets the out at first base by a step and a half. Gorneau is out. Very nice play by Morrissey. He made a couple of good-looking plays at the hot corner. Let's get to some scores on the Major League scoreboard on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scores. The Cubs 2, Cardinals nothing in the bottom of the 8th inning in St. Louis. Look at Kerry Wood having one of his finer starts in past a month or so. 11 strikeouts and 4 hits and 7 shutout innings. Walked 4 batters. Woody Williams allowing a run in 7 innings of work. He would stand to be the losing pitcher. As the pitch is downstairs to Brian Speck. Brian walked in the 5th. He flied out to center in the 3rd inning. Cubs getting 2 RBIs from Sammy Sosa, knocking in both Kenny Lofton and Ramon Martinez. Pitch popped out of play on the left side of the infield, and it's a 1-1 on Speck. Elsewhere in the major leagues, in the National, it's Atlanta 4, Mets 1, middle of the 6th after a rain delay. Mike Piazza hit his 11th home run. Phillies trying to come back in Montreal. The Expos still have a 7-6 lead in the 8th inning. Pirates 4-0 lead over Florida. 3 hits allowed by the Pirates. A pop fly foul into the third base seat. And Speck has a 1-2 count. On deck is Casey Smith. Travelers 1, RockHounds nothing in the top of the 7th inning. Milwaukee a 6-2 lead against Cincinnati as the Brew Crew look for their 9th consecutive win. They can take 2 more games against the Reds. They'll get out of last place. And that's a huge accomplishment for the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Speck. It is high, ball 2. You know that your team's in a cycle of losing when you celebrate getting out of last. Houston had that 4-run lead after Bagwell's 30th homer in the first. They lead the Dodgers 4-1 in the 5th inning. Rockies and Giants scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd at Coors Field. Top of the 1st in San Diego. And no score right now between the Diamondbacks in the hit of the series, and that is 8 base hits off of Darvin Winters. Six men reach in the past 2 1/3 innings. Throw over to ninth inning. Looks like the Red Sox have defeated Toronto 6-3. Todd Walker, David Ortiz, Jason Varitek with home runs. Ortiz on quite a tear. Sure, the Red Sox will be embracing each other very shortly. The 1-0. That is a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the Red Sox hugging each other for nice plays, good performances. Where's the problem? What's wrong with men hugging each other? The Travelers have a few guys that hug each other after victory. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's not showing teams up. The 1-1, line drive, base hit to left field. Casey Smith with his first hit of the game. Stanley comes up throwing from left field, keeping Speck at second base. Travelers have gotten to Withers. This third cycle through the lineup has 5 base hits out of 9 at-bats. Withers is about finished. And there is action in the RockHounds bullpen. The left-hander getting ready. That's Matt O'Brien. Back to the top of the Traveler order, Kenny James. Kenny was robbed of a hit in the 6th inning. He led off with a hard grounder to the hole at second base, and Freddie Bynum with a dazzling diving play. Withers steps off the rubber and looks Speck into second base. Now, who are the Travelers that are hugging each other? Well, Michael Keefe is the main culprit. He's been hugging Travelers after the game when the final out is recorded. Seen him embrace Dallas McPherson as well as Mike Brunet and Bobby Jenks. Foul ball out of play by James, left side, strike 1. But look, if football players can do what they do after they score touchdowns or record interceptions, if basketball players are allowed to dance and jump and scream after slam dunks and three-pointers, if soccer players can take their shirts off and show their body after scoring a goal, and if hockey players can hug everybody on the bench after scoring a goal, as James gets a base hit to the right side of the infield, here comes Speck around third base. Allegra throwing from right field. Speck is safe as he slides across the plate. Trying for third base is Casey Smith. He's safe on the throw from the catcher. Casey darn close to getting thrown out, but James able to get it to the right side of the infield. Bynum was nowhere near it. An RBI single for a 2-0 Arkansas lead. And that is going to be it for Darvin Withers. Here comes Greg Sparks out of the dugout. This is the first time that we see a Midland starting pitcher taken out of the game while he's still pitching in an inning. RBI number 42 for James. There's still only 1 out, and Withers is finished. Matt O'Brien will be coming in from the bullpen, and the Travelers have a 2-0 lead. And by the way, to finish the To finish the thought I was going on, if all those athletes can do what they do after doing what they're supposed to do, which is score runs, touchdowns, make interceptions, hit three-pointers, then there's nothing wrong with baseball players giving each other a nice little friendly hug. All right? Good. Well, we'll take a 60-second break, folks. A reminder first, you can join the battle to find a cure for prostate cancer at the 2nd Annual Cruising for a Cure Hot Rod Charity Show at the North River Landing on September 13th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free PSA screening for prostate cancer for all men over 40 years of age. And, of course, 10 minutes can save your life. It's only 2 simple tests. Then you can see over 400 cool cars, trucks, and motorcycles, only $5 to get into the show. And for more information, visit cruisingforcure.org or dial 603-7429. That's a message brought to you by the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation. Travelers ahead 2-0. New pitcher here in the 7th inning on FM 101.1 The River.
Hear about a disease you don't want to think about. Prostate cancer. Prostate cancer hits 1 in every 6 men during their lifetime. More than 1 million men have been diagnosed in just the last 5 years. 200,000 have already lost their lives. Early detection could have saved a lot of good men. The Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation urges you to get tested. So please take the first step, because it's time to say no more to prostate cancer.
Hi, fans. This is Phil Elson, voice of the Travs. I hope that you enjoy listening to Traveler Baseball as much as I love broadcasting it. Thanks for welcoming me and Arkansas's only professional baseball team into your house, car, or workplace. Please show your support of the Travelers radio broadcast by thanking our sponsors when you get the chance. Let them know that you heard them. They'll appreciate it, and the Travs certainly do too. And keep tuning in all season to the Travs on Unforgettable Favorites, FM 101.1, The River.
The first time in this series, the Travelers have knocked a starting pitcher from the game in the middle of an inning. Darvin Withers is relieved after 6 1/3 frames, allowing 2 runs on 10 base hits, and he's still responsible for the Travelers at the corner bases. Casey Smith at third base, and Kenny James at first after his RBI single. Jake Weber, the batter, a left-hander. O'Brien, a left-hander himself, throws to first base to check on James. Matt O'Brien is 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. He is 26 years old, out of Seattle. Played his college ball at Washington State with the Cougars. His record is 6-1. With a .493 earned run average, tonight his 35th appearance for the RockHounds. Another throw to first base to check on James, and he's in standing up. O'Brien started the season with the AAA entry for the Athletics in Sacramento, California. 10 games pitched, 1 win, no losses or saves on his .482 ERA. He makes his first appearance of this series. And the left-hander deals his first pitch to Weber, swinging a foul back. Jake is 2 for 3. He has doubled, singled, scored the Travs' first run of the 6th inning. Dallas McPherson with an RBI single in the 6th inning. Kenny James knocks a run home here in the 7th. And the Travelers out hitting Midland 10-2. And ahead in the run column 2-0. O'Brien ready. And he pitches. Weber grounds it foul past first with James running on the pitch. 0-2 to count. An off-speed pitch that Weber was a little bit far out ahead of. So the line on Withers, 10 hits, 6 1/3. He walked 1 batter. He struck out 2. Did get 2 double plays turned behind him, which is the main reason that the Travs' run total is 2 and not higher. A good chance to break things a little bit further open. O'Brien pitching from the third base side of the rubber. He goes to the stretch. Catcher sets up outside. The pitch is outside. Weber checks the swing. They'll appeal. No swing, says Toshi Uchikawa. The count is 1-2 on Jake Weber, who I believe would be tied for the top spot in base hits in the Texas League. Now, it does depend on what Corey Sullivan is doing tonight for the Tulsa Drillers. They're trailing San Antonio 6-0 in the 4th. Throw to first to check on James again. He is safe. A little bit warmer tonight than it had been over the past couple of nights. Game time temperature was 91 degrees. And the wind cooling things off a little bit. It is nightfall. The lights have taken full effect. O'Brien's 1-2, a curveball, high bouncing play by Johnson at first. Gets it out at second. Relay to first. Double play ends the inning. The third double play hit into by the Arkansas Travelers ends the seventh, but they do score 1 run. 1 run for the Travs on 3 hits, and 1 runner left on base. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. A 2-0 Traveler lead. This is FM 101.1 The River.
The Electric Cowboy is open Wednesday through Sunday at 7:30. Wednesday, Ladies' Night. All ladies entering before 10 receive a $5 cash gift, plus dance lessons and a 9-ball pool tourney. Thursday features crazy cash game, dance lessons, and specials on pitchers and long necks. Friday night has special long necks until midnight, and Saturday's early bird long neck special lasts until 9:30. Then we wrap it up Sunday with an 8-ball pool tourney and $50 cash to the best karaoke singer. The Electric Cowboy off I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Tractor trailer accident, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer injury, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer investigation, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer settlement, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer litigation experience, Gary Eubanks and Associates. At Gary Eubanks and Associates, an experienced trial lawyer will handle your tractor trailer case. And as always, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Now that the baseball season is here, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Spring Pasta Salad. Simply combine 8 ounces of cooked spiral pasta, 1 can of Del Monte's seasoned green beans, 1 can of Del Monte's peas and carrots, plus a cup of cherry tomato halves topped with Caesar dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans. Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of cheese. Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Nothing Arkansas leading in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the third Traveler pitcher of the night comes in. Dusty Bergman takes the mound. This is a little bit of a surprise. Dusty having a very difficult road trip in which he has pitched 3 1/3 innings. He has allowed 8 base hits and 6 runs. He's taken 2 losses. He was the pitcher that allowed the go-ahead hit yesterday to Nick Swisher in the 8th inning. And now Dusty is on to protect a 2-0 lead in the 7th. And it's Nick Swisher leading off, and he'll take downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Swisher 1 for 2 against Scott Schneider. He didn't hit against Ryan Cummings. Cummings pitched perfect ball in the 5th and the 6th. Bergman offers up a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Dusty entering his 48th game of the year, 6 wins, 5 losses, 2 losses on the road trip. 3.91 ERA. It has creeped up a little higher than 30 points during the trip. Swisher a check swing, foul ball towards the first base dugout. Bergman's changeup floated high above the strike zone, and Swisher still couldn't hold back far enough. He'll be followed by Baker and Morrissey. The RockHounds have been held to only 2 base hits. They haven't had a base hit since Swisher doubled to start the 2nd inning. Only base runners since then coming on a hit batter and a walk. Bergman flanks the first sign that Mathis calls, and Swisher hits a line drive to left. It sinks in front of Jake Weber, and that'll be a base hit. Weber was kind of caught in between on that, whether he should charge and dive for it or play back. And Dusty Bergman gives up that base hit. Ty Boykin has a lot of pitchers available in the bullpen, and he might be hesitant to use. One of them, Matt Wilhite. Wilhite has only come into 3 games this season with Arkansas. The last game he pitched in, he was torched a couple of Sundays ago against this same RockHound team that bashed a couple of homers off him. Here's John Baker, a left-handed catcher who takes a strike on the inside corner. Other Travelers then are available to pitch with Brian Rogers. I'm not sure if Mario Mendoza is available today. Pitched a couple innings 2 nights ago. Bergman's curveball going outside, 1-1. Scott Schneider has already been used as the starting pitcher tonight. Mark Kroon is available to close the game. It looks like the only available pitchers right now are Mendoza and Wilhite, along with Bergman. Dusty's pitched low to Baker, 2-1. Baker is struck out, and he also walked. Baker was the last RockHound batter to reach base until Swisher's base hit to start the inning. Swisher takes his lead at first. Nobody out on the bottom of the 7th. Bergman kicks and throws his pitch outside again. 3-1. Dusty's been messing around a lot around the strike zone, and then when he comes in the strike zone, it's right down the middle. That's what his main problem has been. And Dusty, the kind of pitcher who doesn't necessarily have to live on the corners. He's got good enough stuff to tap the challenge, but if you throw anything right down the middle, it's going to get hit. Foul ball off the end of the bat. Now it's the full count. Now, at this level of baseball, Bobby Jenks can get away with throwing fastballs right down the middle. Heck, he throws 100 miles an hour. Bergman tops out about 91, 92. His pitches have been straight without moving much. He needs a very good inning here. The 3-2 pitch, strike 3 called, 1 out. That was on the outside corner, and Baker, for some reason, thought that was ball 4, but there was no doubt at all. Strikeout number 82 for Dusty Bergman, over 106-plus innings, 114 base hits, and 30 walks. Here's Morrissey. Dusty gets a sign from Jeff Mathis. Morrissey, a right-handed hitter. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. And Dusty begins with a fastball high, 1-0. Swisher's leadoff single in the 7th is his 7th base hit of the series. He has 7 of the RockHounds' 25 hits over the 4-game set. The 1-0, Morrissey checks a swing and holds back. It's outside, 2-0. Morrissey, a .264 hitter against the Texas League. Against the Travelers, he hits .302 with 9 RBIs in 14 games. The right-hander takes a strike. Bergman's fastball on the outside corner, 2-1. Critical point of the game for the Travelers, critical point of the season, and a huge appearance for Dusty Bergman. The 2-1 pitch misses outside, ball 3. He's gone 3-1 on 2 consecutive batters. He came back to strike out Baker, and Bergman certainly does not want to put the tying run on base. To the belt. Bergman checks it first and throws a pitch. It's fouled back. Morrissey attacked a changeup which came at the letters and a little bit out in front of it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Middle infielders look for a double play. Zamora, normal depth at third base. O'Keefe holding Swisher on. Bergman throws to first. And back in diving Swisher. He's safe. Travelers took a 1-0 lead in the 6th on McPherson's RBI single. Kenny James put them ahead 2-0 with a single in the 7th. Bottom 7, 1 out. A full count on Adam Morrissey, and Bergman throws to first once again. Quiets the crowd a little bit in anticipation of a payoff pitch. Bergman again gets his sign. Now the pitch. Ball 4, high and outside. So Bergman has faced 3 batters. He's put 2 on base. Swisher, a 1-2 pitch, singled in the left. Baker called out on strikes, and now Morrissey walks on a full count. Tying runs are on base. The go-ahead run to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning. The RockHounds are getting out hit by the Travelers 10-3. Yet the Travs have hit into 3 double plays to erase 3 of those hits. Allegra the batter. Matt Allegra 0 for 2. A right-hander who sends a fly ball to right center field. It is shallow. Corneau sliding to make the catch for out number 2 and gets the ball back to the infield quickly. The fourth stupendous play by a Traveler fielder tonight. Brian Speck with a diving play in the 1st inning. Kenny James in the 2nd. Mike O'Keefe climbed a ladder in the 6th inning, and now Nick Corneau robs a base hit in the 7th. 2 outs, and J.T. Stotts will step up. Stotts, a right-handed hitter. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, line to left. And Bergman's pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Scott Schneider pitched the first 4 innings of shutout ball, allowing 2 hits. Ryan Cummings faced 6 batters, set them all down. And now Bergman looking to get out of the 7th. The 0-1. That's inside, a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mark Kroon has got up in the Traveler bullpen, and he will start to throw. One ball, 1 strike. Bergman kicks and deals. Fastball outside. 2-1. Trav infielders playing behind the runners. Swisher is free to roam at 2nd. So is Morrissey at 1st. The middle infielders are about a step into the outfield. They'll keep way behind the runner at 1st. Bergman's pitch way inside. Ball 3. 3-1. He's already walked 1 batter. Bergman looks like he's teetering on the brink. If he gets out of this inning without allowing should be pretty aggressive. A full count. The runners go, and ball 4 outside. 2nd walk of the inning by Bergman. The bases are now loaded for the RockHounds, and Freddie Bynum is the batter. Brian Speck comes over from shortstop to talk with Bergman, and now here comes pitching coach Keith Comstock to the mound. And Commie's got something to say to Dusty. Dusty's He's just fooling around out there in the mound. And not like he's not taking this seriously. Dusty is a professional. But when I say fooling around, he's nibbling at the corners. And then when he's coming with a strike, it's down the middle. Something is wrong with Dusty Bergman. He's a better pitcher than what he's showing over this road trip. Dusty in the middle portion of the season was tremendous as a starting pitcher. He was relegated back to the bullpen where he had pitched very good ball over the month of July. And now here in August, he had pitched fairly well until he was forced into a starting role in the 2nd game of the doubleheader on the 16th and allowed 3 runs and 5 in the 3rd inning. Since then, combined to allow 9 runs over 5 appearances. The bases are loaded. The tying run at 2nd base. Freddie Bynum, the batter. He's 0 for 3. A left-handed hitter. Bergman's first pitch, a strike at the knees on a fork ball. At 3rd base, Nick Swisher. Morrissey at 2nd. Stotts at 1st. Pitch to Bynum. Swung on. Ground ball. Slow to 2nd base. Casey Smith fields it. Flips it to 1st. And that'll get Bergman out of the inning. Wipe your brow, folks. That one made us sweat a little bit. As Bergman allows the bases to be loaded on 2 walks and a single, but he leaves them loaded. And the Travelers hold this lead 2-0 as we go to the 8th on FM 101.1 The River.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Sundays are Sin tonight and Repent tomorrow at Banana Joe's Island Party, Little Rock's newest nightclub located downtown in the River Market. Sunday Sin Night features $2 domestic beer, contests featuring color TV giveaways, and a free buffet from 9 until 11 p.m. when you sign up for a Sin card. Plus other specials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Banana Joe's any night of the week at 300 President Clinton Avenue in the River Market.
Well, Mary O'Neill has got her game on, cleaning up out here in the garage.
But, Jim, with all the heavy lifting, her joints must be getting stiff. Here's the action.
Nice flexibility, picking up the toolbox.
And no problem reaching the high shelf for a layup.
Joan, earlier she rubbed ultra-strength Bengay on her sore knees and elbows.
No wonder, Jim. That deep penetrating heat's a slam dunk for relief.
Now she takes the tied-up garbage, shoots, and...
Yes! Nothing but can!
Oh, yes!
For muscle and joint pain, put relief into action with ultra-strength Bengay.
Use as directed for temporary pain relief.
Travs leading this game in the 8th inning, 2-0, with Matt O'Brien back on the hill for the Midland RockHounds. The left-hander fires a fastball inside. Ball 1 on Jeff Mathis, who leads off the 8th, followed by Dallas McPherson and Mike O'Keefe. The Travelers 2 runs on 10 hits. The RockHounds scoreless on 3 hits. O'Brien's pitch outside, ball 2. Second batter here that O'Brien's facing. He relieved Darvin Withers with 1 out and men at the corners after James's RBI single in the 7th inning, and O'Brien did his job by getting Jake Weber to hit into a double play, the 3rd double play the Travs had bounced into. Mathis fouls a pitch away, 2 balls and a strike. Jeff followed, as usual, by Dallas McPherson and then Mike O'Keefe. More good news out of Tulsa on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. It's the 10-0 now lead for San Antonio. Mission scoring a run in the 1st, 5 in the 2nd, and they rally for 4 more runs in the 4th inning. Mathis, a ground ball to the right side. Chasing it is the second baseman, Freddie Bynum. In short right field, he makes the play and throws Mathis out. So Mathis is now 2 for 4. Here comes McPherson. It's a lefty-on-lefty situation with McPherson stepping to the plate 1 for 3. His RBI single in the 6th inning brought home the Travs' first run since Tuesday's 8th inning. Bases empty, 1 away. Let's check out that score in Wichita. See if Round Rock can make any noise as McPherson takes a first pitch strike. Wichita still has a 3-1 lead in the 7th. McPherson takes another strike. 0-2. El Paso has turned around the game against Frisco, and now the Diablos lead 4-3 in the 5th inning. Travs ahead 2-0 in the 8th. 0-2 to McPherson. He looks at strike 3. 3 pitches. All of them very hittable, it looked like. As O'Brien was able to hide those pitches from Dallas, he takes 3 straight. Walks back to the dugout with his bat on his shoulder. 2 gone, and now O'Keefe stands in. Mark Kroon still throwing in the Traveler bullpen. We'd be surprised if we saw him come out for the 8th inning and have to pitch 2 innings for a save. O'Keefe will take a breaking pitch inside. Mike is 1 for 3. The 2nd inning single, a pop out on the 5th, and reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. 1-0, check swing on a slider. And there's an appeal on that swing, and Mike will get that pitch called a ball. Ray Gregson says he didn't go around. 2 balls, no strikes. Eric Sear set to pitch tomorrow for the Travelers. Sear winning pitcher in the series finale against El Paso. O'Keefe attacks a fastball, swings and fouls it off the left side. 2-1. Darren Moore will pitch for Frisco. Moore, a right-handed pitcher. He's usually been in the bullpen. We got word today that Frisco received Juan Dominguez back from the Texas Rangers. When Juan Dominguez last pitched against the Travelers, his name was Jose, and he was 20 years old. Now he's Juan, and he's 23. Keep a check swing, foul ball to plate, 2-2. So not only did Juan/Jose gain 3 years to his age, but his name looks and sounds differently than before. Hopefully he doesn't pitch the same as he did against the Travelers earlier. Pitch low to O'Keefe. Now the count full. Right-hander starting to throw in the Midland bullpen. Field. O'Keefe reaching safely. Probably be scored an error, and that's what it is, scored. Error on Freddie Bynum, the second baseman. The 33rd error of the season on Freddie Bynum. Yikes. Freddie's had fielding problems his entire career. 33 errors isn't even his career high. He committed 41 errors as a middle infielder in the California League 2 years ago. Throw over to first base is not in time. There really isn't much of a call for leadoff designated hitters. Bynum is going to have to shore up his defense if he expects to get up to the major leagues. Zamora swings and misses at a changeup. Junior hitless today with his 7th strikeout of the series. Junior has struck out 92 times this year. Ryan Specht has struck out more times than any Traveler this season at 111. Carlos Duncan at 90 strikeouts and Zamora 92. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. More of the same. Nothing in 2 to count on Zamora. He's now had 13 consecutive hitless at-bats, and he's fallen into one of his slumps. Boy, the Travs have had some very streaky hitters this year. Ryan Specht and Junior Zamora seem to be 2 of the streakiest. Casey Smith has been very streaky as well. An 0-2 count, and O'Brien throws the first to check on O'Keefe. 2-0, the Travelers leading in the top of the 8th inning. Held the RockHounds scoreless on 3 base hits. 2 runs and 10 hits for the Travelers. O'Brien again throws the first base, and O'Keefe is back in there. You hear commotion from a group of children over by the Travelers' dugout as Rocky the mascot is tossing free cotton candy on Fan Appreciation Day. There goes O'Keefe running for second. The pitcher throws to first. Johnson throws to second. And O'Keefe is caught stealing to end the inning. So that means Zamora will lead off next inning. That goes 1-3-6. To end the 8th, Travelers go scoreless, no hits and an error. And we will go into the bottom of the 8th in Midland. It's 2-0 lead for the Travelers on FM 101.1, The River.
If you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shedspread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shedspread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. Time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Mom? Dad? Someone's going to try and get me to take drugs. Want to do something about it? You're going to have to make me tell you where I am and who I'm with every day. Don't like the sound of that? Tough. You got to be the grown-up.
Kids with involved parents are less likely to try drugs. So ask them who, what, where, when. Questions. They're the anti-drug. Call 1-800-788-2800 for more information. Sponsored by the ONDCP and the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
A fine game tonight at the First American Bank Ballpark in Midland, Texas. The Travelers have held on to a 2-0 lead after scoring their first run in the 6th inning. Brought another run home in the 7th. Dusty Bergman pitched the 7th inning, pitching around a single and 2 walks to leave the bases loaded. And now Mark Kroon comes out of the bullpen to relieve Bergman. Kroon will be pitching 2 innings here, hopefully to get a save. Here in the 8th inning, it'll be Steve Stanley leading off. Mike Rouse and Dan Johnson follow. Against the hard-throwing right-hander from Phoenix, Arizona by way of the Bronx. Kroon making his 2nd appearance since rejoining the team here in this series in Midland. He pitched in the first game of the series on Sunday, a scoreless inning, allowing a walk with 1 strikeout. With the Travelers, Kroon making his 36th appearance, 3 wins, 3 losses, 3 saves, and a .276 ERA. A first pitch strike to Stanley. Stanley singled in the first, grounded out in the 3rd and 6th innings. Third baseman Zamora guards against the bunt. So does O'Keefe at first. Middle infielder's back. Kroon's fastball is low and outside, 1-1. With Salt Lake City, Kroon pitched pretty well. They sent him here to Arkansas to resume the closer duties. He had saved 2 games with the Stingers in 9 games, a 2-1 record. Stanley, a chopper up the middle. Shortstop Speck lunges for it. It is out of reach. And a base hit for Steve Stanley to start the 8th inning. A product of pure positioning as Speck was deep to the hole at shortstop, exposing the left side of second base, and that's where Stanley put the ball. He is tough to pitch to. Only the 4th hit of the game for the Midland RockHounds. And Stanley with 2 of those 4 hits. Mike Rouse now the batter. He's 0 for 3. Lined out to right field in the 6th inning, the hardest ball he's hit today. And the first pitch from Kroon, a fastball for strike 1. 30 walks, 54 strikeouts for Mark in 42 in the 3rd innings, only 25 hits. Stanley's single is the 26th. Batter's hitting 168 against the 30-year-old righty. 0-1 the count, and Rouse fouls a fastball into the net. Strike 2. When Kroon had left the Travelers, he had been working on a string of 11 2/3 innings, allowing only 1 run, which was unearned, and 1 hit with 18 strikeouts. He had really shown that he deserved to be at AAA. The 0-2 at the line drive, base hit into right field. Stanley going first to third, and Gourneau will fire to the infield, and that'll keep the runners at first and third base. Quick swing by Mike Rouse as he lines that 2-strike pitch into right field for his first hit of the game. And now, just like they were in the 7th inning, the RockHounds are in business in the 8th. Kroon has been put into a jam now. Dan Johnson is 0 for 3. But he lined out in the 6th inning on a leaping grab by Mike O'Keefe. The infield will play for 2. Johnson takes a strike on the outside corner. Johnson is struck out. Fly to center, and that leaping grab by O'Keefe robbed him. It would have been a base hit. 2-0 Travelers leading. RockHounds have runners at the corners and no out. Kroon throws. Johnson takes ball one below the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 2 hits Kroon has allowed here are only the 3rd hit he had allowed in the Texas League since July the 6th. A pop-up left turn. A good fastball. His secondary pitch is an outstanding split finger, which he uses quite often. We might look for that here on Johnson. The count 1-2. Kroon will throw the pitch. Swisher with 14 hits over his last 10 games, hitting about 350 over that stretch, with 12 RBI. In this series alone, Swisher has 7 base hits in 14 at-bats. He'll step in left-handed. Middle infielders play for 2, so does Zamora at third. First base umpire Uchikawa that was a foul ball. And now here comes Tyrone Boykin out of the dugout to argue the same. The ball was hit down on the first base line. It hugged the line the whole way. O'Keefe dove over the base, and even the ball got over his arm. Boykin arguing with Uchikawa, the first. Glove was in foul territory when the ball was called fair by Uchikawa. Darn close. So that 2-0 lead has been erased. And now the RockHounds are a hit away from taking the lead. John Baker takes a pitch low for ball 1. 3 hits out of 4 batters allowed by Kroon in his first save situation in Arkansas since coming back. He has blown that save. The 1-0, called strike, 1-1. Boy, I had not seen Ty Boykin all season get as worked up as he just did. And if Tyrone is arguing that hard, I'm going to believe him. Otherwise, he would not waste the energy by coming out and arguing for a play that he knows would be called correctly. Ty is about as fair with the umpires as any manager I've ever seen. The 1-1 to Baker is a strike down the middle, 1-2. The beleaguered Traveler bullpen stays beleaguered, even with the addition of Mark Kroon, and he is on the mound looking back at Uchikawa, the umpire who now is covering at second base. Kroon better face this batter. And he misses badly high and outside. No reason to really dwell on the call, Mark. He's got to get this hitter. A base hit puts the RockHounds ahead. Baker 0 for 2 today, a couple of strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball to first base. O'Keefe plays it. He will race to the bag, and he beats Baker to the bag for out number 2. On the play, Swisher advances to third. Go-ahead run 90 feet away at third base. Good play by O'Keefe. Crooms a little bit late getting to the bag. And Mike hustled all the way to get that second out. Now Adam Morrissey stands into the plate. Morrissey has been hit by a pitch. He has walked today. Only time he put the ball in play, he grounded out in the fourth. Right-handed batter, swings and fouls a pitch back, strike one. A 264 hitter, and Morrissey 0 for 1 tonight. These RockHounds just don't go away, especially against this Traveler team. The 0-1 swung on and missed on a fork ball. 0-2. Stanley started the inning with a base hit up the middle. Rouse on an 0-2 pitch singled to right after a strikeout. Swisher's controversial double scored 2 runs. The 0-2 swinging a foul ball. Morrissey protecting the plate on another fourth ball from Kroon. Still has an 0-2 count. The pitch is in the dirt, and Mathis able to block that. Bullpen has been relied upon for the entire game, as Scott Schneider had to make the start. 4 shutout innings for Schneider. Cummings was in position for the win after 2 perfect innings. Bergman got through a tough 7. And now Kroon has allowed 3 hits in the 8th inning and 2 runs. The 1-2 just off the outside corner, a fastball missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Allegra on deck. Kroon leaning in. He's got that sign, checks the runner at third, a deep breath, and the right-hander deals. Another foul ball. Morrissey proved to be a very tough out. Morrissey has fouled off 4 pitches in this sequence. Another 2-2 called for strike 3, and this inning is over. The RockHounds rally for 2 runs to tie the game on 3 hits. They leave the go-ahead run at third. And we'll go to the 9th. Travelers 2, RockHounds 2 on FM 101 The River.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or
Or
Joe Blanton is the new pitcher for the Midland RockHounds after they tie the game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Powell was looking at the ball and the line when he made that call. One way or another, we're tied in the 9th inning. Travelers' 2-run lead was erased quickly. Blanton, a hard-throwing right-hander, a first-round pick last year for the Athletics out of the University of Kentucky. He makes his second appearance of the season, the second appearance of the series. Picked up a save in the opener on Sunday by pitching a scoreless 9th inning. Blanton 2-1, one save, a 1.30 ERA over 6 games with Midland, 5 as a starting pitcher. Junior Zamora leading off the 9th inning for the Travelers. Takes a first pitch inside for ball 1. Zamora 0 for 3. He was left at the plate with a 2-strike count of the 8th when O'Keefe was caught stealing second base. And Junior fouls a pitch into the screen. 1-1. Nick Gorneau following Zamora, then Brian Speck. Travelers looking to at least bring 1 run home. Third baseman Morrissey guards down the line. The outfield playing fairly deep. 1-1 to Zamora. Curveball. Ground ball down to third baseline, foul. And that'll make the count 1-2. And Ray Gregson gets some grief from the Travelers dugout on where that ball was called. They're pretty much saying to him, hey, why don't you call that fair? It wasn't Gregson's call. It was Uchikawa on Swisher's double back in the bottom half of the 8th. 1-2 to Zamora. Outside. 2-2. While the Travs were arguing with Uchikawa, Gregson let the argument go, but he made sure he got in the way of O'Keefe and Kroon, that they wouldn't interfere with the argument. Blanton's pitch outside. Now the count full. All right, let bygones be bygones. The Travs will complain about that some more, but they're going to have to get past it and bring home a run here. The 3-2 to Zamora. Swung on, popped out of play, strike. Pardon me, keeping the count full. Still 3-2. Blanton, good control. 7 walks over 34 2/3 innings. 29 strikeouts. He's big. 6'3", 220 pounds. Born in Nashville. He lives in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Full count to the right-handed third baseman. Zamora 1 for 14 in the series, and he'll produce another pop fly foul out of play. 2 runs on 6 hits for the Midland RockHounds and 1 error. The Travelers with 2 runs on 10 base hits and no errors. The Travelers have hit into 3 double plays and had 1 man caught stealing. That's why the hit total hasn't really transformed into more runs. Zamora fouls off another pitch. The 5th pitch he's fouled off in this sequence. Ryan Rogers is throwing in the Traveler pen. We might see him in the bottom of the 9th. Might depend on if the Travs have the lead. Zamora pops this one up in between the lines, straight up on the infield. First baseman Johnson coming in and makes the catch one-handed for the out. The play by Johnson. The other infielders are waiting for somebody to make the call, and Johnson does so. 1 out. Now Nick Gorneau stands in. Gorneau bounced into a double play in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, and was retired in the 7th inning on a fine play by Adam Morrissey on a backhand play and a throw to first. First pitch to Gorneau, strike on the inside corner. Blanton will now have a talk with his catcher, John Baker. They discussed something in front of the pitcher's mouth. Blanton had started this season in the Midwest League with the Kane County Cougars, a brand new low-A affiliate for the Athletics. 2.57 ERA in 21 games. 8 wins, 7 losses. Better than a strikeout an inning. 133 innings, only 19 walks. This kid's got prospect written all over him. He's 23. The 0-1 to Gorneau. An inside fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blanton holding the glove and the ball in front of his face. He winds up, and the pitch is lined over the first baseman's head to right field. It's a fair ball into the corner. Gorneau heading to second base, and he stops with a double. A one-out double for Nick Gorneau, his second base hit of the night. And now that go-ahead run is in scoring position. Gorneau's fourth double with the Travelers against 4 triples and 2 home runs. Travelers will look for a base hit from either Brian Specht or Casey Smith, and they each had a hit in their 7th inning at bat. Specht singled and scored the Travs' second run. He's batting left-handed, swings, chopper towards second base. Bynum fields it. They throw to first for the second out, and Gorneau advances to third. Now the Travs can score that go-ahead run on a wild pitch, a pass ball, or a base hit. And the RockHounds hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. They'll have Matt Allegra, J.T. Stotts, and Freddie Bynum scheduled to hit. That's the 8, 9, and number 1 batter. Smith, right-handed, is 1 for 3. And he'll take the first pitch for strike 1. 32 RBIs on the year for Casey. 291 average in 78 games. And only 5 RBIs in his last 15 games. And none in this series. He'll take low and outside, 1-1. On the road trip, Casey with 3 RBIs. All during the Diablo series in El Paso, in which Casey batted .500. Ball at a strike. Smith standing in, quiet stance, swings and fouls one away. Blanton limited to relief role now after the Athletics decided to shut him down, as in his second professional season. He has worked over 165 innings. Ball and 2 strikes on Smith. Blanton throws and strikes Casey out on a high fastball. That'll end the Traveler 9th. Gorneau stranded at third base after his one-out double. The RockHounds come to the plate to the bottom of the 9th inning with a chance to possibly knock the Travelers from contention in the East Division. A 2-2 tie to the bottom of the 9th on FM 101.1 The River.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see us behind this window?
There's a mirror on the other side, genius.
Hey, chill out. What, are you nervous or something?
No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book.
What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Shoes and let us measure your feet and fit you with New Balance. New Balance makes shoes for all shaped feet, from size AA to 4E, for pronators and supinators alike. New Balance makes motion control shoes that are great for those who suffer from plantar fasciitis. So what are you waiting for? Come into Top Shoes and let Tops make those feet happy. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
Here's the line to pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trav game stories. Up-to-date stats and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at Travs.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
Travelers had a 2-0 lead after the top of the 8th inning. Watched it evaporate in the bottom half of the 8th. On a 2-run double by Nick Swisher just inside the first base line. Travelers went down in the 9th inning, leaving the go-ahead run at third base. And now Brian Rogers has come on to pitch the bottom of the ninth inning against the RockHounds, 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Matt Allegra will lead off against Rogers. If the RockHounds score a run, they will win the game and sweep the Travelers and possibly knock Arkansas out of contention. Allegra is 0 for 3. It's taken 2 sliding catches to rob him of base hits tonight. And before Rogers can throw a pitch, Allegra steps out of the batter's box and takes his batting helmet off, checks it, and then puts it back on his head. Okay. Rogers making appearance number 24. 1 win, no losses, a 4.06 ERA. Tall right-hander delivers a first pitch slider. Allegra tried to check a swing, but he followed through. Strike 1. Stotts on deck, and then Bynum. Outfield is deep. Corner infielders guard the line. Allegra takes a pitch in the dirt as Rogers skipped it in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second appearance of the series for Rogers. He pitched in last night's game in that 8th inning, and he did a good job. Only man he allowed on base was on an intentional walk. Allegra, fly ball, center field. James charging towards the right field gap, and he makes the catch for the out. 1 away. Best we can do is get into extra innings. And on getaway day, with an extremely important game coming up tomorrow after a 6-hour bus ride to Frisco, he didn't want to play extra innings. But if the Travs are going to win, they're going to have to get into extra frames. J.T. Stotts is 0 for 2, a right-hander, shows bunt and takes a high fastball from the tall righty. Rogers has been throwing his breaking pitches for strikes recently, making him much more effective. There's that slider, just missed the outside corner, ball 2. Brian throws curveballs and sliders and shows an occasional fastball. Comes in the mid-80s. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Stotts takes ball 3. Rogers has walked 10 batters in 31 innings. Usually exhibits fairly good command. But if he's not throwing his breaking pitches for strikes, he's not going to get batters out. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball, strike 1, right on that outside corner. Two runs and 11 hits for the Travelers. 2 runs and 6 hits for the RockHounds. Slider for strike 2 by Rogers. Running the count full. Big pitch coming here. The payoff. Low, ball 4. Rogers tried the fastball and doesn't get it. Second time Stotts has taken a free pass, and the RockHounds have the winning run on base. Travs have virtually emptied out the bullpen. If we get into extra innings, the Travelers are going to have to use Matt Wilhite and Mario Mendoza. The rest of the bullpen's already pitched. Left-handed hitting Freddie Bynum is 0 for 4, and Rogers misses inside with a fastball. Bynum is grounded out twice. He's lined to left. He has struck out swinging. 3 for 16 in the series. Mathis sets up down the middle. Rogers deals a fastball, low and inside. And he's missed badly with the last 2 pitches. 2-0 on Bynum with Steve Stanley on deck. If the RockHounds are going to win the game here in the 9th inning, it's going to be their big hitters that bring home a run. After Stanley is Mike Rouse, then Dan Johnson, and Nick Swisher afterwards. 2-0 count. Rogers deals ball 3. Mathis snaps the throw to first base to check on Stotts, but he's back in easily. 3 balls, no strikes. The season hanging in the balance in this ball game. The Travelers' loss would make it virtually impossible to make the playoffs. A throw to first, not in time. The scores in the Texas League Round Rock has come back a bit. They trail 4-3 in Wichita in the 9th inning. San Antonio 11, Tulsa 1 in the 6th. Rogers throws to first once again. And Stotts is in there safely. We've had a balk call. A balk has been called on Brian Rogers, forcing the winning run into scoring position. Rogers will intentionally put Bynum on base in order to set up a possible double play, but it's the pesky Steve Stanley who comes to the plate. The RockHounds making this game a one to remember for the fans on their final home game of the 2003 season. Stanley has singled twice, both times up the middle. That's where the Travs play him to hit it. Rogers' first pitch, strike one, a curveball with the knee. Stanley was 0 for 12 in the series before tonight's first inning, when he singled back up the box. His 8th inning single started that inning, and he scored the first run on Swisher's double. Stotts at second, Bynum at first, one out. In the bottom of the ninth, a 2-2 tie. Brian's slider is low, ball one. Stanley with 39 runs batted in this year in 120 games. Hasn't had a lot of run-producing situations. 1-1. The pitch, a curveball, missing inside, and Mathis throws into second base, but Stotts dives in ahead of the throw. As usual, the Traveler outfield is very shallow on Stanley, who is a singles hitter, only 12 extra base hits all season, no home run. Jake Weber shallow in left, close to the line. James shallow in center. The same with Gorno in right. 2-1 pitch in the dirt, and it's taken for ball three. Three balls, one strike as Rogers is struggling to get these breaking pitches over the plate. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. It's ball four. High and outside. He's walked, the bases loaded. Now a fly ball will win this game for the RockHounds. That was exactly what Brian Rogers could not do. Put the winning run at third base with less than 2 outs. And here comes Keith Comstock to the mound. Unreal. The Traveler bullpen is unraveling once again. This has been just a ridiculous series for the Arkansas Travelers. A complete inability to score runs. And while the pitching has been very good, it's been unable to hold on to leads. Tonight's lead was 2-0. Now, usually 2 runs is not enough to win a game. You'd hope that they could hold on to a lead in the 8th inning. Granted, the call by Uchikawa on Swisher's double was controversial, but the call was already made, and it certainly factors into this game. Now, the Travs have to suck it up and get outs now. The infield disperses to their positions. The batter is Mike Rouse. Rouse is a contact hitter. He was 1 for 4 today. He singled and scored in the 8th inning. Fly ball will probably win this game. The infield will play for 2. About halfway in. It could go for a double play by coming home. First pitch to Rouse. High and outside, ball 1. Rogers has walked 3 batters in the inning, 1 intentionally after running a count to 3-0. He's thrown 1 strike out of his last 11 pitches. 1-0. Rouse a left-hander. Ball 2, high and outside. Rouse a very patient hitter. And Rogers hasn't even come close on these last 2 pitches. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Rouse yanked his head. Either he tried to put that ball out of the park or make sure he got underneath it. But he ended up looking at the first base seats when he was finished with his swing. 2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom 9. 1 run here in this situation wins the game for the RockHounds and sweep the Travelers. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a ground ball foul into the third base dugout. What Rogers needs here is a strikeout. He's 1 strike away from getting it. Either that or a hard grounder right to one of the infielders to try to turn a double play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rouse puts the bat above his head. Rogers gets the sign, and timeout is called by Jeff Mathis. And we'll do it again. Rouse back in there. Standing fairly close to the plate. Waves the bat back and forth. Isn't choking up. The 2-2 count. Brian Rogers throws. Swing and a bouncer off his own foot. Rouse fouls that pitch away. Rouse has knocked in 50 runs this year over the course of 127 games. Rogers has his sign. He sets. He throws. Rouse takes it in the dirt, and Mathis with an unbelievable block. The pitch was about 1 foot inside of the left-handed batter. I don't know how Mathis stayed in front of it, but that'll keep this at-bat alive. And now the count is full. The RockHounds have put 1 ball into play here in the 9th inning. They have them loaded up. Fans to their seats. Almost 4,000 at First American Bank Ballpark in Midland. Looking to cheer their RockHounds to the sweep. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. Left side foul territory, and it reaches the seats. So the tension will build once again. Rogers inconsistent with his breaking pitch. That slider and the curveball has been either terrific or nowhere near the plate. His fastball is inconsistent too, and certainly not overpowering. What does he decide to come with? 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out on a fastball. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Rouse chased the pitch, which seemed to be a little bit high. Well, it comes to Dan Johnson. Johnson, one of the best hitters in the Texas League, with 112 RBIs, leads the league. He hasn't knocked a run home in this series. The infield is deep. The outfield normal depth. Johnson takes a pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Boy, Jeff Mathis has blocked at least 7 pitches in this inning alone. He has saved an uncountable amount of runs. 1-0 the count on Johnson, a left-handed batter. Rogers deals. Inside, ball 2. He tried the fastball and missed by at least half a foot. A 2-0 count on one of the best hitters in Double-A baseball. With the bases loaded and the RockHounds need a run to win. The pitch, swing and a ground ball, base hit to right field. Midland wins, and they sweep the Arkansas Travelers 4 straight. A come-from-behind victory for the Midland RockHounds, with Dan Johnson driving in his only run of the series, his league-leading 113th RBI of the season, and the Travelers have in Midland. The Travelers right now have virtually no chance to make the playoffs after blowing this series. They lose tonight 3-2 to the Midland RockHounds, and we'll come back after this to break it all down on the Travelers post-game report. I could scream.
Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Just because you're working a smaller acreage doesn't mean you have to skimp on comfort and reliability. So stop by Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at John Deere's rugged new 5020 series tractors. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. These new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. Test drive a new John Deere 5020 series tractor now at Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Easy Potato Salad. Simply combine a family-sized can of Del Monte whole new potatoes with a quarter cup of diced celery and a quarter cup of chopped red onion. Toss it together with some creamy ranch dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans. The Fish House is known all across Arkansas for its great catfish. But did you know that the Fish House can cater any event anywhere in the state? Catfish, chicken, hush puppy, shrimp, fries, coleslaw, baked beans, all of them cooked on site. The Fish House even provides plates, utensils, and napkins for up to 3,000 people. All you have to do is eat, because the Fish House takes care of everything else. Come see us for a great meal in Conway at 116 South Harkrider, or call toll-free 877-661-3774 for the Fish House.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought a soul, taught a toe. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of the needle, I was often told. If you step enough through the bar for gold, and your actions are.
Heartbreaking defeat here in Midland, Texas, when the Arkansas Travelers had a 2-0 lead in the 8th inning, and they end up losing 3-2. The RockHounds sweep the Travelers at a time where a 4-game sweep would be absolutely disastrous to the Travelers' postseason hopes. Those hopes are now just that, just hopes, and certainly not a reality, as the Travs lose tonight 3-2. Phil Elson with you here in the post-game report. Let's run it down. A tremendous game tonight. The Travelers starting pitcher, Mike Brunet, did not come out of the bullpen tonight. His shoulder tightened up on him. He was unable to make the start, so Scott Schneider instead came out and pitched 4 very, very good innings, allowing only 2 hits and 4 base runners, kept them scoreless. Ryan Cummings pitched a couple of scoreless innings as well. And when Cummings had left the game, the Travs were already ahead 1-0 against Darvin Withers, the Midland starting pitcher. In the 6th inning, Jake Weber with a 1-out single to center field. Jeff Mathis on a hit-and-run base hit sent Weber to third base, which brought up the Travelers' Dallas McPherson, just his 3rd at-bat in the series with a runner on base, and Dallas delivered. Withers at the belt, he throws, and McPherson flies at shallow center field, falling in front of Swisher, a base hit. Here comes Jake Weber to score the first Traveler run, and Mathis into second. 1-0 Arkansas. McPherson finally gets his first RBI of the series, 27th of the year. So 1-0 Travelers after that RBI for McPherson. Cummings pitched a perfect 6th inning, and the Travs extended the lead in the 7th against Withers. Brian Speck with a 1-out single. Casey Smith singled into the left field, sending Specht into second base, which brought up Travelers center fielder Kenny James, who made it 2-0. And show their body after scoring a goal. And if hockey players can hug everybody on the bench after scoring a goal, as James gets a base hit to the right side of the infield, here comes Specht around third base. Allegra throwing from right field. Specht is safe as he slides across the plate. Trying for third base is Casey Smith. He's safe on the throw from the catcher. So Casey was safe at third base, so the Travelers could not bring him in. Withers was removed after that base hit by James. Jake Weber, facing Matt O'Brien, bounced into a 3-6-3 double play to end the frame. Well, a 2-0 lead seemed to be in good hands as Mark Kroon came out of the bullpen for the 8th inning. But Kroon struggled early in the 8th as Steve Stanley knocked a base hit up the middle. A 2-bouncer that just got by the lunging Travelers shortstop Brian Specht. Mike Rouse then singled to right field on an 0-2 pitch before Kroon struck out Dan Johnson for the first out of the inning. Then Nick Swisher coming to the plate. Swisher delivered a 2-run double to tie the game, a very controversial 2-run double. This is how it sounded. Ground ball, first base side, fair down the first base line, just past O'Keefe. Stanley scores. Rouse is going to get sent around the plate as the ball bounced around the outfield. Cornell holds onto the ball in right field, and we are tied. O'Keefe dove towards first base. He's arguing with the first base umpire, Uchikawa, that was a foul ball. And now here comes Tyrone Boykin out of the dugout. And Tyrone argued that call for a good 2 to 3 minutes. He was vehement with first base umpire Toshi Uchikawa that the ball was foul. Mark Kroon was arguing, so was Mike O'Keefe, but to no avail as the call stood. And the double by Swisher, his 3rd hit of the ball game and the 8th of the series, knocked in the tying runs. Kroon was able to recover by getting the next 2 batters out to send it into the 9th inning. Travelers got a 1-out double by Nick Gourneau off Joe Blanton in the 9th inning, but Gourneau was stranded at third base. And then Brian Rogers came in for the 9th inning. Brian had trouble throwing strikes. He walked the second batter he faced on a full count, and then Rogers balked Stotts into second base before offering an intentional walk to Freddie Bynum after he ran the count to 3-0. Then on a 3-1 count, Rogers again walked the next batter, Steve Stanley, before striking out Mike Rouse with a winning run at third base and only 1 away. So that was the 2nd out of the inning. And then Rogers did what you can't do against one of the best hitters in the Texas League, a guy who leads AA in RBIs at 112. Dan Johnson ran a count to 2-0 and delivers the game-winning hit, which could possibly end the Travelers' playoff hopes. The pitch, swinging a ground ball, base hit to right field. Midland wins, and they sweep the Arkansas Travelers 4 straight. A come-from-behind victory for the Midland RockHounds, with Dan Johnson driving in his only run of the series, his league-leading 113 RBI of the season, and the Travelers have been swept. A shocking sweep in Midland. I hope I never hear that forsaken horn again as long as I live, because if I do, that means the RockHounds have scored, and they blew it about 8 times during the last commercial break, and it is just like fingernails on the chalkboard here at the First American Bank Ballpark. 3-2, Midland wins. The Travelers get swept for the first time since July the 4th, a 4-game losing streak here in Midland, and the Travelers' pennant hopes could just be dashed. We're going to take a look at the Texas League scores and the Major League scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard after this on the River.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the votes have been tabulated, and here are the winners. Voted Pulaski County's best barbecue, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted Pulaski County's best catfish, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted best plate lunch, once again, Pig and Chick Restaurant. And last but not least, voted Best Family Dinner. And you guessed it, the overall winner, Pig and Chick Restaurant in Sherwood. Congratulations to Pig and Chick Restaurant, just 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. To dine at your house, call 834-5456. To place your order and pick it up at the drive-thru window. Or to cater your family or company parties over the holidays, call 834-5456. And for the best barbecue, catfish, plate lunch, or family sit-down dinner, visit Pig and Chick Restaurant, 7824 Highway 107, that's JFK Boulevard, 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. Open Monday through Saturday. Hey, it's a proven winner.
Midland RockHounds celebrate their final home game of the 2003 season, contending the idea that they might have just knocked the Arkansas Travelers out of the pennant race in the East Division with a 4-game sweep. Phil Elson here with you. Travelers lose tonight 3-2. Let's check out the scores in the Texas League and the Major Leagues. We'll begin in the Texas League, where we have one final score. It's out of Wichita, where the Wranglers have defeated the Round Rock Express 5-4. Danny Tamayo, the winning pitcher, 12-14. His record. Jory Kogenauer takes the loss as he drops to 2-5. 3 homers in the ball game. Wichita's Byron Geddes hits his 16th, and Mitch Molesky and Mike Roseman hit home runs for the losing Express, their 91st loss of the season. Wichita leapfrogs over the Travelers into second place in the Texas League. They will be probably 2 games behind the Tulsa Drillers, who right now trail San Antonio 11-1 in the 9th inning. The Missions put the game away early. Justin Leone, his 21st home run of the season, as part of a 5-run second inning to propel the Missions to that 10-run advantage. Right now it's 6-5, El Paso leading Frisco in the top of the 7th inning, as the Diablos and Rough Riders are battling in a back-and-forth affair at Cohen Stadium. Ozzie Timmons and Sergio Santos with home runs for the Diablos in that ball game. Now, with the Travelers losing this game and the Wranglers winning, the Wranglers will be 2 games in back of Tulsa with 4 games left. The Travs will be 3 games back with 4 to go. But here's the problem. The Wranglers and the Drillers battle in the last 4 games of the series at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Travelers are going to have to finish at least in a tie for first place in order to make it to the playoffs, but that does not seem very likely. With Wichita and Tulsa playing against each other, it just doesn't work out very well for the Travs to get into the playoffs, as every time Wichita wins, they'll stay ahead of the Travelers. Every time the Drillers beat Wichita, the Drillers will stay ahead of Arkansas. So even with the Travelers, if they can sweep Frisco, it does not look good to get into the playoffs. Now let's take a look at the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Give you the games in progress as of right now in the National League. The Giants leading Colorado 5-0 in the 8th inning at Coors Field. Jeffrey Hammond's hitting his 4th home run of the season. San Francisco right-hander Sidney Ponson holding the Rockies to 2 hits over his 7 innings of work. Middle of the 5th inning in Arizona, and the San Diego Padres lead the Diamondbacks 4-2. That is in the middle of the 5th inning. Ryan Klesko has hit his 21st home run of the season in that ball game. And to the final scores now in the National League. We have a final out of Atlanta. The Braves beat the Mets by the final 4-1. Chipper Jones hitting home run number 23 on his season. Greg Maddux got the win. He's 13-10. Kent Merker registers the save, his first of the year. The Expos send the Phillies to their 5th consecutive loss, 9-5. 9-6 the final score in that ball game. Placido Polanco and Marlon Byrd homer for the Phillies. But Montreal gets a home run from Vladimir Guerrero. He's hit a homer in 3 straight games, 19 on the year. Eric Almonte, the winner, he's 1-1. Rocky Biddle saves number 31. Dan Plesac takes the loss. He drops to 2-1. The Expos move within 1 game of the Phillies and the Marlins for the wild card spot. Florida shut out by Pittsburgh 4-0. Second straight win for the Pirates since trading Brian Giles. A 3-hitter thrown by the Pirates, with Kip Wells picking up the victory, his 6th of the season. Brad Penny took the loss, dropping to 11-10. The St. Louis Cardinals come from behind and beat the Cubs 4-2, with Steve Klein picking up the victory, his 5th of the season. Jason Isringhausen saved his 15th. Kyle Farnsworth took the loss, dropping to 3-1. Couple that with the Astros 6-1 win in Los Angeles, and the Cards remain 1 game in back of Houston, but St. Louis leapfrogs over Chicago into second place in that amazing NL Central pennant race. Houston, the winner, 6-1. They got a grand slam from Jeff Bagwell in the first inning. Bag's 30th of the season. Miller, the winner. Wade Miller is 11-11 for the Astros. Hideo Nomo drops to 15-10 for the losing Dodgers. And elsewhere, the Milwaukee Brewers win once again. That is 9 wins in a row for the Brew Crew as they defeat Cincinnati 6-2 at Great American Ballpark. Jeff Jenkins, the home run for the Brewers, number 27. He's had a home run 3 straight games. Franklin, the winning pitcher, is 10-10. Seth Etherton takes the loss, drops to 1-2. In the American League, in progress right now, the Angels ahead of the Minnesota Twins 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Oakland leads Baltimore 1-0 in the 4th inning with Miguel Tejada connecting on his 22nd home run of the season. This is the anniversary of Miguel's first Major League ball game back in 1997, made his debut. And the Oakland Athletics with that 1-0 lead there, tied with Seattle for first place in the American League West. Seattle has dropped 6 consecutive games, and the Mariners trailed Tampa Bay 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, with Lee hitting his 16th home run for the D-Rays. Now to the final scores in the American League. Boston come from behind victory over Toronto, 6-3, 6 unanswered runs for the Red Sox in that ball game. Roy Halladay takes the loss, his 6th of the season against 17 wins. Mike Timlin, the winner, is 6-4. Young Kim saved his 11th of the season, and the Red Sox win their 6th consecutive ball game. And home runs from Todd Walker, David Ortiz, and Jason Varitek for the Bo Sox. Carlos Delgado hit home run number 24 for the Blue Jays. The Yankees lose again to the Chicago White Sox 11-2. That pushes the Red Sox to 4 games behind the Yankees in the American League East. Bartolo Colon picks up the win, his 12th of the season. David Wells is blasted for his 5th loss. The White Sox hit 3 home runs. Robbie Alomar, number 4. Paul Konerko hit his 15th. And Frank Thomas continues his tear with his 36th home run of the year. Nick Johnson hit home run number 11 for the losing Yankees. Kansas City shuts out Texas 9-0 at Kauffman Stadium on 5 base hits. Darrell May picks up the victory, his 8th of the season. Kansas City will keep pace with the White Sox. They'll be a game behind first place Chicago. Cleveland beats Detroit 9-7. Dimitri Young, Danny Klassen, Carlos Pena, and Brandon Inge, as well as Craig Monroe, hit home runs for the losing Tigers. As apparently 5 home runs are not enough for the Tigers as they lose their 98th game of the season. Cleveland got a home run from Jody Garoop. The rookie has 16 this year. Cressing, the winner. Sperling, the loser. Risky saved it, his 4th of the year. Now you're up to date across the Texas League and the majors thanks to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. And don't forget, you can always log on for low fares at southwest.com. Well, the Travelers lose tonight. They get swept by the Midland RockHounds 3-2. We'll wrap up this series and set up tomorrow's game with the Frisco Rough Riders after this on FM 101.1 The River.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the night like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Sundays are sin tonight and repent tomorrow at Banana Joe's Island Party, Little Rock's newest nightclub located downtown in the River Market. Sunday Sin Night features $2 domestic beer, contests featuring color TV giveaways, and a free buffet from 9 until 11 p.m. when you sign up for a Sin card. Plus other specials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Banana Joe's any night of the week at 300 President Clinton Avenue in the River Market.
Welcome back here to the First American Bank Ballpark in Midland, Texas. A shocking 4-game sweep of the Arkansas Travelers after the Travs had come into this series winning 3 games in a row against El Paso. Midland has defeated Arkansas 4 straight with a 3-2 victory tonight. The RockHounds came from behind. The Travelers had a 2-0 lead in the 8th inning, and the bullpen couldn't hold it. There was a controversial call on a 2-run double by Nick Swisher, which tied the game in the 8th inning. Just inside the first base line was the call made by first base umpire Toshi Uchikawa. From up here, it's too close to call. Could have gone either way, but I'd never seen Tyrone Boykin argue the way that he did this season when he argued with Uchikawa after that double, which leads me to believe that Tyrone saw that the ball was in foul territory. But, hey, the call was made. Travs have to deal with it, and Brian Rogers just could not get it done in the ninth inning. You're not going to walk the bases loaded with less than 2 outs against this Midland RockHound team and expect to get out of that inning. I don't know what happened to Brian, but he just was unable to throw any strikes in that situation, and especially running the count to 2-0 on Dan Johnson. He's lucky the pitch that he threw that was right down the middle didn't get crunched into the nether regions of the Permian Basin for a grand slam, which would have, of course, won the game as well, but I'm sure Johnson will take that. His first RBI of the series knocks in the winning run and sends the Travelers to their first 4-game sweep since July the 4th, when the Travs were swept in a 4-game series by the Wichita Wranglers. Nevertheless, this was a very well-played and exciting ball game. The Midland RockHounds certainly deserve a lot of credit for being the only team in the last month and a half that has been able to consistently beat the Arkansas Travelers. Check it out. In the 39 games since July 17th, the Travelers are 25-6 against the rest of the Texas League and 1-7 against the Midland RockHounds. No Christmas cards for the RockHounds this year, not one. So the RockHounds have swept the Travelers, knocking them out of second place, 3 games behind the division-leading Tulsa Drillers with 4 games to go. It'll be virtually impossible for the Travelers to get into the playoffs, but I think there still might be a little glimmer of hope. But if the Travs lose one more game in Frisco, that's it. The season will be over. And then at least we can look back on the second half of the season and say, you know what? This is still a pretty darn good team. They really did turn things around. And as negative as it might feel right now for the Travs to be swept in this 4-game series, let's remember where they were before July 17th in dead last in the second half. Really didn't look like the boys were going anywhere. They turned it around like that, boom. But this sweep is still tough to take. When we look back on the season, we'll remember the positive things, but this 4-game sweep is also something that I will remember for as long as I'm broadcasting baseball. The Travs were in good position to get back in the first place, but they could not do it. How about those Midland RockHounds? Final totals tonight, the Travelers scored 2 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and leave 7 runners on base. The RockHounds scored 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on. The winning pitcher is Joe Blanton. His record 3-1. Brian Rogers takes the loss. Rogers is 1-1. Time of game, 2 hours, 52 minutes, and the paid attendance, 3,939 fans at First American Bank Ballpark. Our BC Powder player of the game tonight is Nick Swisher, the center fielder for the Midland RockHounds, who yesterday drove in the winning runs with a 2-run double in the 8th inning, and tonight knocks in the tying runs with a 2-run double in the 8th inning. That 8th inning and Nick Swisher is not a good combination as far as the Arkansas Travelers are concerned. So Nick Swisher, the BC Powder player of the game, and BC Powder is the official pain reliever for the Arkansas Travelers. We might need a truckload of that right now. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Travelers. It gets into your system fast. It goes to work fast. For headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. That's it from First American Bank Ballpark. The Travelers will be traveling on to Frisco tonight to start a 4-game series with the first-half champion Frisco Rough Riders. And tomorrow's game, starting at 7 o'clock, we'll have our ITT Tech pregame show at 6:40. It'll be Eric Sear on the mound against Darren Moore. Again, that ITT Tech pregame show tomorrow starts at 6:40. A big thanks to James Garner back at the studios. Thanks, James, and you're going to go back to work in about an hour and a half. Yes, you are. This is Phil Elson saying so long from Midland, where tonight the Travelers get swept by the Midland RockHounds. The final score, Midland 3, Arkansas 2. That's a wrap, folks. Don't forget it's just a game, even when you're knocked from the pennant race. And we'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
Arkansas Travelers Baseball has been brought to you by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. Remember that all Arkansas Travelers games can be heard only on Unforgettable Favorites FM 101.1, The River.